好，大家好，咁咧今日呢段片咧就會講解一下2017年 HKDSE 嘅 Paper Two 嘅9條題目，有啲咩竅門去作答，同埋咧分析一啲範文嘅。咁咧就題目咧就係嚟自呢一個 DSE 嘅official 嗰本嘢啦。咁啊我自己就打咗落去個 Word 檔嗰度，方便同大家分析咁樣嘅。咁咧就啲範文咧就嚟自呢本嘢咧就叫做 Joint Us 嘅一本嗰啲考試計證書，紫色一本好厚嗰啲咧。咁我記得咧大約就係而家就賣緊大約80蚊左右嘅。咁其實咧你計下咧，其實真係好抵嘅呢本嘢。你用80蚊嘅價錢咧就可以買到9年嘅範文，9981。咁你計翻埋咧一篇範文咧都唔使1蚊。其實嗰本嘢就好抵買，所以咧如果冇呢本嘢嘅同學仔咧，就建議同學仔就去書局買支持正版啦咁樣。咁我都有買嘅。好啦，咁啊事不宜遲咧，就分析下呢一條第一條同第二條都開始分析下啦，咁樣啦。咁啊如果冇紙筆嘅話，就而家即刻停低呢個 video，落低紙筆啦。好，第一條咁咧就係話You are the chairperson of the social service club in your school 啊，你嘅主席，你係呢個社會服務嘅會 ，OK 學會。The school would like to develop closer links with the community。嗱，學校咧想同呢個社區有更加緊密嘅聯繫啦。Write a letter to your principal, Miss Lee。嗱，佢俾一個名俾你，咁你就知 Dear 之後咧，你就要寫 Miss Lee 啦。OK。Proposing a new community project。社區嘅計劃 that the school can carry out with a home for the elderly in your district。嗱，呢一個咧就係個陷阱位啦。當年咧有好多考生，極多考生咧係離題嘅，因為佢哋唔明白 home for the elderly 咧係解老人院。好多人咧當年咧就寫咗做一個老人家嘅屋企咁樣樣，咁就成篇嘢離晒題咧，你個 content 唔會高過4，咁啊拜拜㗎啦，咁你個 part A 就會唔合格㗎啦，OK？咁啊呢啲係常識啦，你冇理由老人院嘅英文都唔識㗎嘛，係咪先？咁同埋你都估到啦，咁你要一個社區有啲聯繫，你要搞一個 project，你冇係一個老人甲嘅屋企度搞個 project 㗎嘛，咁你而家同一個老人院搞個 project 啦，係咪先？嗱，咁當你明白呢一點之後咧，其實就好容易去吹㗎啦，因為其實嚟嚟去去都係嗰啲活動嘅啫，去老人院搞啲咩活動，咁即係其實同中文綜合嘅呢個見解論證一樣咯。你諗啲活動出嚟，然後不停咁吹啊，講啲詳情啊，講點解對呢個學校好啊，對社區好啊咁樣樣，OK？In your letter, persuade your principal to accept your project by 第一樣嘢 describing one activity that could be carried out and also identify the benefits for the elderly home. Sign your letter, Chris Wong。嗱，咁咧呢個就好明顯係一個 formal letter 啦，即係一個正式嘅信啦。因為你寫信俾你校長，你冇理由話 hi 咁樣噶嘛，係咪先？咁你梗係要 Dear Miss Lee 啦。咁你嗰個下款就梗係寫 Yours sincerely，又或者 Yours truly Chris Wong 咁樣啦，係咪先？咁啊格式上面嘢搞清楚之後咧，你就要諗下內容啦。咁內容咧其實就佢已經講2個 point 俾你啦。第一個 point 就係你要去描述一下個活動有啲咩活動可以搞啦。第二樣就係對於老人院有啲咩好處咁樣。其實咧呢樣嘢咧就有少少 hidden requirement， 有啲隱藏嘅要求嘅。咁搞呢個活動，咁當然就唔係淨係對老人院好啦，咁當然亦都要對學校好啦。咁如果你講埋呢樣嘢嘅話咧，咁就係非常之完美啦。OK，咁我哋就睇下呢個嘅有啲咩嘅 idea 先。OK，咁咧呢個就係我整合嘅一個 idea 啦。咁到底有啲乜嘢嘅活動咧？咁其實你中意講乜都得嘅，真係你去老人院度搞啲語言課程啊，教啲老人家講英文就得啦。你去老人院嗰度去搞啲工作坊又得啦，係咪啊？去步行籌款啊，幫個老人院搞個才藝表演啊，啲中學生去老人院嗰度表演啊，係咪啊？搞下嗰啲卡位遊戲啊，俾老人家玩啊，歌唱比賽啊，粵劇歌唱比賽又得啦，係咪啊？舞蹈比賽啦，可以俾啲老人家啦，煮食比賽啦，好似老人家識煮嘢食啦，即係咁你可能會話咁老人家住得老人院點會識煮嘢食啊？點會識唱歌啊？可能你行都行唔到啦。但你一個唔係真係 要你搞一個活動啊嘛，即係叫你 propose 啫嘛，係咪先？咁你嗰樣嘢言之成理 ，details 講得夠多已經 OK 咯，明白？咁啊，係咯，就係呢啲啦。咁啊，如果你有需要嘅話咧，你就停一停呢個 video，然後你就抄低啲字落你自己本簿嘅簿啦。OK。咁我哋睇下範文啦。OK。咁咧呢一篇同埋之後嗰啲都係咧，我就會集中喺呢一個嘅內容多嘅。language 我就會比較少提，除非係一啲比較特別或者我需要大家要注意嘅嘢。OK。第一 OK。一開始咧就係Dear Miss Lee 啦，係咪先？咁你呢啲你就唔好錯啦，係咪？咁啊如果你一開頭連封信嘅上款都唔識寫嘅話，咁個考官對你嗰個印象就大家折頭啦，係咪？咁啊Miss Lee 之後就唔好係冒號啦，一定要逗號啦。咁呢啲如果你中英文個分別都唔識分嘅話咧，咁啊個考官對你個印象又極差啦，係咪先？咁你知道 DSE 啲現職老師收完工去睇你篇文1分鐘啊，撳3個數字就去下一篇㗎啦嘛，係咪先？咁你當然要俾個好印象俾大家啦，你 OK？咁啊 Dear Miss Lee 啦 ，On behalf of the Social Service Club 嗱，僅代表呢個社會服務團 ，OK？I am writing to propose 嗱，呢一啲咁 standard 嘅字咧，嗱，雖然我話唔係 focus on language 啦，呢一啲其實你有得背嘅。相信無論你係邊一個老師教你都好啦，或者你幾時學英文都好啦，係呢啲係必背嘅一啲公式嚟嘅。如果你真係唔 sure 邊度有嘅話咧，就請你一係就問翻你英文老師，一係就你攞本參考書嚟睇下，一定係會有嘅。OK， 呢啲 language 嘅嘢咧係唔可以冇嘅。好啦。I'm writing to propose a new community project in order to help the school develop closer links with our neighborhood。咁咧呢個非常之清晰啦。抄字個 situation 啦，咁啊大家要記得啦，其實就唔需要係好複雜嘅一個 introduction 都 OK 嘅。咁啊如果你只係想求穩穩陣陣，唔係想五星星啊、爆星啊、21分嗰啲、777嗰啲嘅話咧，其實你平平無奇，你個 language 有 accuracy， 你唔需要好靚嗰啲字 OK。咁呢一個係絕對 OK 嘅，因為係有講你嘅身份啦，有講你嘅目標咧，你嘅目標就係想同社區有更加緊密嘅聯繫啊嘛。咁啊，你見到佢係有用另一隻字嘅，唔用 community， 用 neighborhood， 咁非常之好啦。好啦，咁之後咧，其實點樣拓展咧？大部分當年嘅考生咧，如果你係唔係寫離題嘅話咧，基本上都寫得唔錯嘅。基本上就用六何法，即係 who 啊、when 啊、where 啊、why 啊、how 啊之類啦。OK， 咁你可以見到呢一個嘅範文都用同一個 approach 嘅，例如 the name of the project is Choi Wan in Harmony。OK， 彩雲啊。OK，it's a whole year social service campaign。OK， to be run in collaboration with Shunming Elderly Home。OK， 咁啊，首先咧，其實都幾好嘅。第一就係佢講咗呢個活動嘅名啦。咁當年咧，好多考生咧係講咗成篇文都好咧，係連個名都噏唔出嘅。即係你要搞個活動，咁你都要講個活動叫咩名嘅，係咪先？講唔出嘅。咁啊，然後幾時搞啦？個長度係幾耐啦？同邊一間老人院個名啦？咁呢樣嘢唔一定真，你可以作噶嘛。佢話叫 Shunming Elderly Home， 咁我唔相信即係有呢間嘢叫 Elderly Home 咯。你作咩都得㗎，你叫咩 Happy Elderly Home 啊，Fabulous Elderly Home 啊，你乜都得啦，係咪？總之你作一個字啦 ，OK。Which is in Choi Wan Estate 啊，答咗喺邊度啦？ We would like to organize 6 activities, each of which will be led by our committee members。嗱，6個活動係由我哋嘅幹事去搞嘅。The activities have different themes, ranging from home visits to charity shows。咁啊有拜訪老人家啦，有搞呢個慈善嘅show 啦，係咪？I would like to propose one of the events called Choi One Music Intervals， 係個音樂嘅交流會 ，OK，featuring our brilliant musicians. The activity is planned to be held before Christmas holiday. We would like to co-organize the show with the elderly home and invite our award-winning orchestra to perform. It is suggested that the performance be held in Choi Wan Community Center, near the Choi Ying Estate. About 100 seats will be provided for the residents of Shunming Elderly Home, and 100 more for the public. It is proposed that the tickets price for the public should be $20. All the proceeds will be used in the operation of the elderly home。OK，嗱咁啊，你見到呢一個嘅內容就非常之係 sophisticated 啦。首先佢係提出呢一個活動咧，只不過係一個1年裡面嘅 project 嘅其中一嚿嘢嚟嘅啫。OK，咁佢係講得出呢一個活動係同邊一個嘅老人中心搞啦，個老人中心喺邊度啦，邊一個會負責搞呢個活動啦，同埋呢一個 project 有幾多個活動，然後佢就 in depth 咁樣講其中一個 activity 係講乜嘢嘅。咁啊，呢一個咧都係好多當年嘅考生咧就淨係講話個 project 咧就係一個活動。咁啊 OK 嘅，亦都當年咧有好多考生咧就好擔心就話啊死啦！我講個 project 裏面咧就有10個活動嘅，咁我淨係 in detail in detail 咁就講一個會唔會離題？係唔會離題嘅咁樣，咁係非常之好嘅 OK。正常你同一個院舍合作，你都唔會淨係搞一個活動啦，最少都搞幾個活動啦，係咪先？咁呢個考生就真係諗得非常之好啦。咁啊呢一個嘅音樂演奏會啦，係咪？咁啊嘅一個入場有幾多個人次又諗到啦，個飛啊幾多錢又諗到啦，啲錢點樣用又諗得到啦，咁啊非常之好嘅內容。咁然後講好處啦。The activities brings 2 benefits to Shunming Elderly Home。嗱，留意佢嘅 topic sentence 好清楚嘅兩個好處。In terms of the environment， 環境角度 ，the project can help raise funds to improve the living condition there. Opened in 1997, the elderly home has quite some depreciated equipment. Basic facilities such as lights and water supply are not well maintained. These are due to the lack of support from the general public. It is hoped that the DSE can help the elderly home receive more funds to carry out renovation or even rebellishment so that the living standards of its residents can be improved. 嗱，咁啊呢一個咧就第一個就話籌款啦，籌款就可以幫嗰個老人院改善呢個環境咧。咁呢個其實大部分香港考生咧都係講得到嘅。咁但係呢一個點解講得咁好咧？第一嗱，作年份啦。1997年開嘅，咁都開咗20年啦，即係當年2017年，咁啊20年好長時間㗎咯喎，咁啲設施咧就好舊啦，係咪啊？就貶值啦，咁啊燈又唔得啦，水嘅供應又唔得啦，咁原來咧嗰啲大眾唔係好支持佢咧，咁佢咪講得好，成件事好合理咯，係咪？咁啊搞呢個活動，咁咪有錢咯，有錢咪可以裝修咯，裝修咪可以好啲咯，咁呢一個嘅 benefits 咪好好咯，寫得。Another advantage to the elderly home is that its reputation could be enhanced. 哇，改善佢嘅聲譽喎。Shunming Elderly Home is not operated by large or well-known charity organizations. It is run by a small non-profit making organization (NGO), okay, making it unnoticed among the general public. 嗱，咁呢又係作嘢啦，係咪先？咁啊，你話佢好慘啊 NGO 啊，冇錢啊，冇人識啊咁樣，咁呢啲作嘅啫嘛，係咪？With insufficient donation, the elderly home can hardly sustain. Our one-year project consists of a variety of activities which would draw the attention of the community to the elderly home. It is hoped that the event can have a ripple effect, 話呢一個連鎖效應啊 such that organizations like political parties and the district council will actively co-organize with other events with the elderly home in the future. With such long-term support, Shunming Elderly Home can continue serving the elderly in Choi Wan。嗱，咁呢個非常之好啦。就講到話有呢個漣漪效應啊，咁啊希望咧我哋學校做完之後咧，嗰啲政黨啊、區議會都會效法我哋啦，繼續同呢個老人院合作啦，咁啊令到長遠 long term support 嚟講咧，呢一個嘅老人院咧都有呢一個嘅支持。咁呢啲咧就係嗰啲 market 好中意睇嘢啦，哇 long term 啊 short term 啊，即係你短期長期諗得到啊，係咪先？正啊呢啲 ，OK 夠成熟啊諗嘢。好。The above is our plan this year with regard to our school's major concern, care for the community. I am more than happy to provide more details regarding the project and the activities mentioned above. 嗱，又係一啲好成熟嘅 business language 啦。你而家同校長建一樣嘢，咁你就當然話我好開心咧，可以同你講多啲關於呢啲嘅 details 啊。我唔介意同你講多啲呢啲㗎。如果你有好。好啦， 咁啊，我好樂意咧，如果你想知道多啲嘅話咧，我好樂意再同你去講多啲嘅，咁有趣嘅。好，咁啊應該 OK 啦，今次。好啦，咁呢啲字咧當然係好成熟嘅字啦，即係你同你提呢樣嘢，咁可能人哋都會有啲問題噶嘛，即係可能啲錢邊個出啊，又或者嗰個老人院個負責人係邊個啊，我哋同邊個講數啊，又或者如果有啲意外係邊一個承擔嗰啲意外責任啊，即係你同校長 propose 呢樣嘢，咁佢都有啲問題會問嘅，咁所以非常之好啦呢樣嘢。OK。I sincerely hope that the school will grant us permission to run the project 嗱，我好誠意咁希望咧，學校會容許我哋去做呢個活動。OK。I'm sure that students will do their utmost to make Choi One our community a peaceful and harmonious community filled with warmth and care. Yours sincerely, Chris Wong, Chairman of Social Service Club 嗱，留意呢一個咧，當年好多人都會漏咗嘅。OK。如果你係寫一個 formal letter，最尾咧係要寫一個職銜。Paper 2、Paper 3都係，OK。咁如果冇嘅話咧，你可以作嘅個 Paper 2嘅話，Paper 3就唔好啦。好，咁第一條講完啦，咁我哋就講第二條咯。好，咁第二條咧就係一個poems and songs 啦，咁佢嚟自呢一首歌，就關於 opportunities 嘅。咁首歌其實係咩歌嚟嘅？其實個歌咧係嚟自 Eminem 嘅 Lose Yourself，其實一開頭嗰首歌嚟，係 rap 歌嚟嘅。咁鼓勵下大家啦，因為其實佢都出過唔少嘅呢一個嘅歌啦，咁又出過 Rolling Stone 嘅 Time 啦，有出過 Eminem 嘅 Lose Yourself 啦，有出過 Taylor Swift 嘅講過嘅嘢啦，Paper One 又出過 Miley Cyrus 啦，又出過 Paper Three 又出過 Katy Perry 啦，如果大家想輕鬆學英文嘅話咧，都建議大家可以聽下啲英文歌。唔知佢會唔會今年又會出一條poems and songs 嘅歌詞啦，係咪？好啦，睇下啦。嗱，咁呢一啲嘅題目咧，個竅門咧就係佢俾得嗰啲歌詞嚟咧，啲歌詞就一定好重要啦。你所引嘅一啲內容咧，就一定要 base on 呢啲歌詞。最好咧就係你 quote 埋啲歌詞，然後你用呢啲歌詞嚟分析你當時嘅情況。呢啲就係非常之高分，同埋你個 marker 會非常之中意嘅嘢啦。如果你成篇文咧就淨係講佢要你講嘅嘢，然後你完全唔提歌詞嘅話咧，咁呢一個係個敗筆嚟嘅。咁如果真係咁嘅話，咁點解佢要俾個歌詞嚟咧？即係你明唔明白？你要諗下啊嘛。你中文作文都係啦，佢無啦啦俾幅四格漫畫俾你，咁佢當然暗示你要 refer 翻嗰個四格漫畫嘅內容啦。如果唔係佢俾你做乜咧？係咪？呢個都係啦。咁你睇下歌詞啦。Look, if you had one shot or one opportunity to seize everything you ever wanted in one moment, would you capture it all or just let it slip? OK， 嗱 ，one shot, one opportunity。OK， 即係佢強調緊一個機會，你會唔會捉緊呢個機會咧？定由得佢流失咧？咁呢一個就係呢個歌詞啦。咁你就要 refer to 呢樣嘢咧，就係你有一個 shot，你有一個 opportunity，你到底個決定係你 capture 佢啊定 slip 咧 ？OK， 好啦。You have been inspired to share your feelings about opportunities on your online blog。咁呢個就係個 blog post 啦。In your blog, write about one opportunity that you missed and one opportunity that you took。嗱，咁留意啦。呢個就第一樣你要講嘅嘢，呢樣嘢咧就第二樣你要講嘅嘢啦。佢哋嘅內容咧嘅量咧應該係大約係一半一半嘅。當年好多考生嘅常犯錯誤咧就係第一 part 講得太多太長氣，然後第二 part 咧就草草了筆啦。呢個都係 DSE 考生通常嘅毛病啦。個毛病嚟自點解咧？就因為你 DSE study leave 嘅時候咧，你太操得太多其他科技卷太勁啦。Econ 係咁操。Free Cam 係咁操，係咪啊？西史係咁背，但係你英文咧你就冇恆常練習作文嘅習慣，令到考試嘅時候咧就大失預算啦。呢樣嘢非常之唔好啊。OK， 因為咧你兩 part 裏面咧，你其中一 part 唔 fulfill 嘅話咧，你個 content 係唔會高過4，甚至咧係會低過4嘅，即係3、2、1咁你拜拜成篇唔合格㗎啦。好，繼續啦。呢篇嘢咧就係咁嘅。好， 咁啊，呢一個係個 blog post 啦。咁 blog post 咧就可以有一個 title 嘅。咁其實我係建議有個 title 嘅 title 啦。跟住然後咧就有個 byline 啦 ，by Chris Wong。咁當然咧係有就 OK 啦，有就最好啦，冇嘅話都唔會死嘅。咁啊，但係你點解唔加咧？係咪？好。When there's something you lose, there's something you gain. Last September, I encountered two opportunities. I could seize fame. I could seize achievement. Did I succeed? Not really. I let one go. I held one tight. 嗱，咁佢呢一個咧就非常之好啦，個 language 就係雖然唔係話唔係 focus on language 啦，但係呢個係個 blog post 嘛。blog post 就係 informal 啦，informal 就應該係一啲短啲嘅句子啦。咁你見到呢一度係三個字、三個字、兩個字咁啊，一個句子啦，好短啦，好多文句啦，同埋都好多嗌嘅。OK， 好啦，咁兩個機會啦，咁啊可以兩個機會係咩咧？一個就係名氣，一個咧就係成就。咁啊，可唔可以兩個機會都找緊咧？就唔得。咁咧就一個就放手，一個咧就佢就決定要捉住啦。咁啊，咪完全應題咯。佢用一個自己嘅文字去將嗰條題目去重新去寫一次咯。咁呢啲咪正咯。OK。The first opportunity appeared in the first week of school. That was a section of the head boy. As the only Form 4 deputy head prefect this year before, I was recommended by the discipline head, Mr. Wong. Being the head boy is like being the representative of all schoolmates. My responsibility would be far more than when I was a deputy head prefect. To be or not to be, that's my dilemma. OK， 嗱，咁留意啦，呢個人好醒啦，可能有讀過 English 啦。咁啊，用緊呢一個 to be or not to be, that is the question 呢一句好出名嘅嚟自莎士比亞嘅名句啦。咁啊，呢啲又係如果本身個老師教開 poems and songs 就會會心微笑啦，係咪？咁啊，所以其實你 poems and songs 唔係好熟嘅話咧，就建議你真係唔好揀呢個 topic，你會累死你自己嘅。OK。咁啊好啦，咁啊 opportunity 就係呢個佢想做呢個 head pre 係咪風紀領袖總隊長？咁啊唔知佢有冇放棄嘅繼續睇啦。Head boy, a symbol of glory and authority. That's what I have been longing for at school. Wearing the badge, seeing my success and brilliance shining, what a chance. But wait, do you remember that your grades dropped last year because of the lack of study time? Do you know that you will be bearing the reputation of the prefect team, the central board, and the whole school? Am I the most suitable candidate for this position? I doubt it. I was worried about the outcome. I was anxious about what could happen if I couldn't fulfill the duties, if I couldn't lead my team, No, I simply lacked the courage to say yes. I surrendered to anxiety. 3 days later, I replied, Sorry, Mr. Wong, I'm busy in activities outside school. I cannot be head boy this year. 咁你留意咧，佢用嘅字眼咧係非常之成熟，係啲好 informal 嘅 language 啦。省略號啦，感嘆號啦，破折號啦，係咪啊？咁好多問句啦，問自己嘢啦，係咪？咁啊好多嘅direct quote 啦，直接嗰啲句子啦、説話啦，係咪？咁好啦，咁呢一個就係一個機會啦，就係名氣啦。佢想做 happy 嘅話咧，佢就可以做一個好出名嘅學生。咁啊，但係佢放棄咗啦。The fame, the victory, all the dreams I've been yearning for slipped from my hand。嗱，留意咧，佢係用翻嗰啲歌詞裏面嗰啲字啊。OK， 你一定要 refer 翻嗰個歌詞啲字。They were gone like a mist, and never did they come back. An opportunity was gone, but look, yet another was coming. Do take it. After the inauguration of the prefect team, Mr. Wong approached me again. He gave me an application form and said, Go for it. You should have time to join now. I glanced at it. What a great chance! It was the government's exchange tour to Australia. Only the best students among all secondary schools could join the tour, as each school could only nominate one student. I was lucky. I was proud of myself. This time, no more doubts, no more regrets. I must go for the greatest journey of my life. The next day, I handed the form to Mr. Wong. A month later, I received an invitation to the interview. I was determined. Opportunities are the key to the door of success. 留意不停咁 repeat 嗰啲keyword 啦 ，OK。I could not let them go anymore 嗱，又喺度 repeat 啦。I had been preparing diligently for more than a month. I performed superbly well in the discussion and got a golden ticket to the exchange tour。嗱，咁又係一啲嘅文學嘅 reference 啦。Golden ticket 就係 refer to 呢個Charlie and the Chocolate Factory 啦。咁有個 golden ticket 就可以去呢個 Chocolate Factory 啦。咁呢啲有教開 English 嘅老師見到又會會心微笑啦。咁呢啲就係呢啲你就想攞 level 5或以上嘅一啲即係 OK 必要嘅一啲因素啦。OK。好。Looking back, I realized that life is full of chances. These chances may come from yourself or others. The most important thing is that you know exactly what your strength is and what you really want. Your ambition and the dream you want to pursue decide what you will be in the future. If I had given up both chances, I would not have strengthened my leadership and communication skills. If I had not given up the position of head boy, I would not have had the opportunity to go to Australia. After all, life is a box of chocolate 啦，留意啦，佢又喺度 refer 翻呢個就係 Forrest Gump 啦 ，OK， 好出名嘅電影同埋個小説啦 ，OK。We cannot expect what is going to happen to us. The only thing we can do is to be determined and be prepared to grasp chances that may be transient. Have faith in yourself. You will find that opportunities drive you to the utopia of dreams of success. In one moment, when a chance falls on me, would I capture it or just let it slip? 嗱 ，OK， 嗱，留意翻啦，佢又用翻歌詞作結啦。OK 啦，咁啊 chance 啦，係咪啊？Would I capture it or just let it slip? The events happened last September taught me a lesson. You may give yourself a hassle over to do or not to do, but always give it a try at first. Okay. You never know what is waiting for you, be it a surprise, a pleasant bonus, or at the very least, an irreplaceable experience. So, are you ready to summon your courage to capture the spaceship to the utopia? 嗱，咁留意咧，好，啲字唔見晒，唔緊要 ，OK。好，再次唔見晒，唔緊要。好啦，咁咧，其實呢篇嘢正在邊度咧？其實正在咧，呢一 part 咧先係個 key。咁啊，同中文記敘文一樣啦。咁你中文老師都會同你講話係6成記事，4成嘅抒情啦。OK，咁呢一個作文又係啦，6成就係記事啦。咁啊，記住呢一個你放棄咗邊樣嘢啦，同埋你得到邊一樣嘢啦。咁呢一個6成啦。咁呢個我括裏面括住嗰啲咧，其實就係嗰4成，就係你從呢件事裏面學到啲乜嘢嘅道理。咁啊，講到尾 blog post 就係一個網上嘅日記啦，網上日誌啦。咁網上日誌當然係記錄你一啲心情，同埋記錄你學到啲乜嘢，你有啲咩嘅經歷，有咩體會咁樣啦。咁啊，放棄咗一啲嘢，你就會冇學到啲嘢嘅一啲機會啦。如果你得到你就緊一樣嘢，就會得到啲嘢嘅同時又放棄啲嘢啦。咁呢樣嘢係有得必有失啊嘛，係咪？咁啊，人嘅慾望係無限噶嘛，咁你只有有限嘅資源。咁啊，有機會成本㗎嘛，咁 econ 都有教你啦，係咪先？咁呢一 part 咧就係講得非常之好啦。咁啊，如果你真係想寫一篇 blog post 嘅話咧，記得就要諗清楚你有冇啲咩人生大道理去講，係唔係講啲阿媽係女人嘅低 B 知識，係要講一啲連啲 mark 睇完之後咧都覺得啊係喎，好有道理喎，呢啲咧就真係上等之作啦。咁啊，呢一個有一個 hidden 嘅 requirement 啦，就係當年好多嘅學生就係呢一 part 係冇寫到啦。淨係記事啦，咁啊當然就係唔會高分得去邊啦，咁啊叻啲同學仔就會識得記事啦，同埋識得去講道理嘅咁樣，咁啊記得啦。OK， 好，咁我哋翻返去第3條啦。好，第3條咧就係個 short story 啦，咁啊再次呼籲大家咧，如果係本身唔係一個English 底嘅人咧，又或者本身唔係睇好多書嘅人咧，就千祈唔好揀啦，唔係咧你同啲名校生得咧，你賺死嘅啫 ，OK。咁啊，不過都同大家分析下啦。假如果你今年 Part A 咁不幸，就係要抽中一條 short stories 嘅題目嘅話咧，咁你點樣去解決咧？就係用以下嘅策略啦。好，咁啊 situation 就話 You are entering a short story competition on the topic of wildlife。嗱，留意佢個 topic 咧係一個呢個野外嘅動物啊 ，OK wildlife。Your story should describe the events。留意多過一個 唔係多過一個嘅話咧，就即刻離題，拜拜，唔合格。Leading up to the image below， 咁即係你要講喺呢一幅圖呢一個畫面發生之前發生咗啲乜嘢事。咁首先你又可以作古仔，小學到中學都係㗎啦，六合法啦，係咪啊？你睇篇呢個嘅圖畫，你見到有隻獅子啦，咁你見到獅子，你就可以諗下咁啲人喺邊度咧？咁邊一個影呢張相嘅咧？咁呢一個獅子望住啲乜嘢咧？係咪望住人類咧？咁你可以問下邊度啦，係咪？咁呢個好明顯係一個呢個嘅廚房啦，因為呢個係個櫥櫃啊嘛，呢啲係櫥櫃嚟噶嘛，呢啲係櫥櫃嚟噶嘛，係咪？咁呢個抽油煙機嚟噶嘛，呢度有個電視機啦，咁樣樣，咁你就可以問下咁點解佢入嚟廚房咧？係咪因為佢太肚餓咧？係咪啊？咁幾時啦？咁你見到呢度日光日白啦，咁日頭入嚟啦，咁或者你可以再諗深啲呢個係一間邊度嘅屋咧？係一個城市嘅屋啊，定係喺郊外嘅屋咧？咁喺郊外嘅屋應該好寫啲，咪 wildlife 啊嘛，係咪先？咁點解佢會走得入嚟咧？係咪人放佢入嚟咧？定佢自己太肚餓衝入嚟咧？係咪先？咁呢度見到個房門喎，咁係咪有人嘅咧入面？咁到底佢有冇傷害啲人咧？咁樣，即係到底點解有個野外嚟自野生嘅呢個老虎？唔好意思，你問老虎，呢個獅子，OK？呢啲會獅子走嚟咧，OK？咁呢就係呢一切你需要解答嘅問題啦，OK？留意喎，呢一啲咧只係呢一幅圖畫裏面發生嘅事啫喎，你未解答到個問題，個問題就係問你到底發生咗咩事，個獅子先會嚟到呢一度喎。咁所以咧呢一個係一個比較難寫嘅題目嚟嘅，咁當然亦都係一個最少人答嘅其中一個題目嚟嘅。咁睇下呢篇範文佢點樣去寫得好好喎呢篇嘢。好 ，OK。Wildlife. You thought you were civilized, but then 你以為你係一個文明嘅人啦，但係點咧 ？Okay. Days ago, my close friend Mary told me a piece of breaking news, at which I was still in awe today. 呢一個係用嘅倒敘法啦。OK 好耐之前幾日之前咧，我有個好朋友咧就同我講樣嘢咧，講一樣好震驚嘅新聞啊，令到我而家咧都歷歷在目，都好 shock 咁樣。倒敘法啦。你記得咧，如果你真係想作文嘅話咧，記得中文學嘅任何嘅方法都可以用啦，係咪先？順序、倒敘、插敘都用得㗎。Chris, listen. Peter has lately always been with a girl. They're going to jewelry stores every time, choosing rings and laughing out loud. I think it's time you face the truth. Peter was my boyfriend for 5 years, but I always had some issues trusting him fully. God knows why. Maybe it's just my problem. He went overseas for studies 2 years ago, and my trust issues have been waiting since then. 留意啦，啲故事嘅好經典嘅場合嘅一啲嘅手段啦 ，OK，用一啲直述句啦 ，OK，自己問自己問題啦，衝突啦 ，OK， 一開始就有個衝突啦，係咪？你有個議題要解開啦。好 ，OK， I forgot the rest of what she said. It was too much for me, and so I chose to escape from the reality by staring at the TV at home for days. TBB breaking news: Lion broke cage, now missing. What a news when you've been at home doing nothing and whiling away days and days. It caught my eyes with no delay. I just wanted to keep my mind away from the big trauma that was really too big for me. The screen suddenly turned into a live camera facing a reporter shouting in a red helmet. Hi, it's John Smith from TBB News to report on the escape of the lion from the Hong Kong Zoo. Here in Cotton Row, the public is fleeing in all directions. The police have just advised the public against any unnecessary stays outdoors for fear that the lion may at any moment appear at the city centre, attacking pedestrians. No public warning systems apply to such an unprecedented case. Citizens are highly encouraged to stay on extra high alert. 留意啦。好應題啦，應題呢一個係 wildlife 啊嘛，係咪？佢嚟呢個城市啦，呢一個就真係非常之諷刺嘅一個場景啦。逃走至動物園啦，嗰啲佢會唔會喺 city centre attacking pedestrians 咧？咁樣，應題影得非常之好嘅呢一個，同埋你可以見到係不停咁上升啦，嗰個即係不停咁個張力係咁喺度增加啦，呢啲係個好高超嘅寫法啦 ，OK？ The rest of what he said was merely repetition of the fleeing public and the all-news reporter for ages long had been trying to create. But nothing was comparable to the awe I was suffering from. I didn't know what I could do. I just stared at the TV, at the reporter, at his red helmet. Red. His helmet was red. And red symbolizes violence, or at least some action. And my desperation turned into rage. I needed some action. I took up my phone and unlocked it just to realize I nearly forgot the password. Yes, that green icon. It should be WhatsApp. I opened it and pressed on Peter Chen. Then my fingers were blessed by airways. They moved with hyper swiftness, typing messages blaming Peter for his ugly affair. Oh God! His avatar seemed like a disgusting wild beast which should stay and behave well in a cage. OK，咁就將呢個佢嘅男朋友就比喻咗一個老虎啦，好似 disgusting wild beast. The police just saw the lion. They opened fire in an attempt to shoot him down, yet it darts across Lower Albert Road at lightning speed and escaped all shots, the reporter exclaimed with a mix of anger and disappointment. He seemed to be feeling as strong as the police, the ones who shot with rage and fear in the hopes of getting the lion back in captivation again. Why did you betray me? I hit the send button with rage. Swoop! Bang! Another shot was heard at the very same moment. Did you respect me? Do you still love me? Rage escalated as I continued fire, just like the police. Latest news. The lion was just seen fleeing into an apartment at Kane Row. Apparently, the residents there fled the apartment in pretty much of a hurry as soon as they heard that the lion was going in the direction of the mid-levels. The police are now surrounding the apartment and are thinking twice before any actions, for fear that the lion may launch an attack as soon as they break into the apartment. I stopped fire on WhatsApp, and all of a sudden, fear took over rage territory in my mind. Would I have annoyed Peter too much? What if he became angry at my tens and hundreds of shots, which meant no mercy to him? If he had lost his love for me, would a message just have been too much of a nuisance, such that he would desire to break up with me? I might still be able to continue to cling together with him had I not declared war at the beginning, but now 啦，留意啦，咁不停咁升溫啦，咁老虎就上到去半山啦，咁然後佢不停咁 send 啲問題問你愛唔愛我啊，俾個男朋友啦，咁同一時間就呢兩樣嘢咧就好巧合咁樣去撈埋一齊啦，係咪？Online, read the line below Peter's name. He showed up finally. The police have earlier devised a plan in case it attacks them as soon as they kick the door open. Oh, we finally can see the line clearly, the reporter exclaimed with a bit of fear audible to the general viewers over the TV. As the camera zoomed in and in at the lion, here's a close-up. We can see the lion standing, just like a human being, at the kitchen corner of the apartment. He's now standing with his legs on the floor and his hands laying over a kitchen cupboard. The police are now all crouching outside the apartment waiting for a call for action. The scene suddenly turns hilarious as the lion becomes like a tamer looking over the animals crouching around him. 嗱，我蝦呢嗰度咧，就係呢幅圖畫發生緊咩事啦。咁當年咧最多學生錯係乜嘢咧？就係嗰啲咧本身唔係讀 English 啦，本身唔係寫開故事啦，但係佢突然間唔知發咩神經就去揀嗰度題目嘅學生咧，就係成篇文咧都 focus on describe 嗰邊圖畫，咁就係錯嘅。OK， 因為嗰個題目咧好清楚講到明咧係想你 describe 到底係隻老虎喺個廚房之前發生咗咩事嘛。咁呢一篇作文咧就非常之高超啦。OK， 達到個要求之餘咧，就係用咗好多嘅襯托啦，不停咁托起佢嘅氣氛啦，令到嗰個兩個主角嘅感情同埋個老虎咧去到一個 apartment 咧係同一時間達到個高潮嘅，咁而家就去到高潮啦。OK， his hands like a human being, but yes, the reporter has just changed to be using he instead of it to refer to the lion. Lion was like human and men were like the animals. And now the police break into the apartment. What would happen? Wait. Much to everyone's surprise, the lion hid behind the cupboard at the corner of the apartment. So, no fire, peace. Ding! A ring from my phone. It was from Peter. I'm totally sorry about this. That girl is my brother's girlfriend. She wants to marry his boyfriend and I went to look for rings with her. Ha 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 ha. and you thought your boyfriend must be betraying you. So you put blames on him without asking. And you thought the lion would attack you, so you fired at him. And you thought you were civilized, but wildlife just savages. But he showed peace and you resort to violence. And you thought you were human and the lion's just an average wildlife. But 嗱，咁呢一個就係非常之巧妙嘅一個故事啦。咁啊講緊話啊，其實咧我哋即係個女主角咧就為個男主角去外遇啦，其實個男主角就冇外遇啦。我哋就為嗰個老虎係一個好兇猛嘅動物啦，其實嗰個老虎咧係咁講老虎添，嗰個獅子咧就其實唔兇猛嘅，係人類先兇眼，人類先呢啲槍指住佢啊嘛，咁嗰個獅子仲要匿喺嗰個櫥櫃後面添，係咪啊？咁我哋以為咧人類好文明啦，嗰啲wildlife 咧嗰啲野生動物咧就好野蠻啦，但係咁其實個問題個答案就我哋都知道啦，係人類咧其實係仲殘忍、仲野蠻過呢個野生動物啦。咁呢一個咧又係一個非常之高超嘅作文啦，係咪先？你可以有一個幅圖畫度講得出啲咁深奧嘅一啲 message 咧，咁呢啲係邊啲人做得到咧？我再重申一次，你讀 Band One，你讀 English 嘅同學仔咧就咧答出呢啲題目啦。如果你唔係嘅話咧，你走去作啲咁嘅，你作啲小學級數嘅故事寫得400字嘅話咧，咁我就真係可以同你嘅 DSE 就講拜拜㗎啦。OK， 收到咯。好，第4條 ，OK， 咁 drama。Did my heart love till now? For I never saw true beauty till this night. Romeo and Juliet, Shakespeare. Okay. In your drama lessons, you have been looking at plays about romantic love. Your essay assignment from your drama teacher is to answer the question: Is romantic love necessary for a happy marriage? Write your essay. 咁呢個係個論文啦。咁啊，好多學生咧見到啊，話正喎論文喎，咁我老師啊成日都叫我作呢個議論文啊，中文我寫語文都好叻㗎，係咪啊？古今中外啊，三正一反啊嘛，我都識啦。咁但係留意，第一呢一個係個 drama， 佢仲要列埋呢個quote 係嚟自邊一個 drama， 係嚟自羅密歐與朱麗葉嘅。咁羅密歐與朱麗葉嘅角色，你除咗羅密歐同埋朱麗葉之外，你仲知咩角色咧？佢哋個家族嚟自兩個敵對嘅家族，佢個名係乜嘢咧？點解羅密歐同朱麗葉要分開咧？點解羅密歐同朱麗葉唔可以一齊拍拖咧？係咪啊？咁呢啲你完全唔明白個故事，咁啊賴晒嘢啦，係咪啊？嗱，正如頭先第2條咁樣，佢俾得呢一個 quote 俾你，你就一定要 refer 翻呢個 quote 啦，你一定要講埋個 drama 發生咩事啦，係咪先？第2，到底呢個愛情係咪對於呢個快樂嘅婚姻係個必需品咧？呢條題目咧，就算你問一個大學教授都可能未必答得出。你問一個你結咗婚嘅英文老師，佢都未必答得出呢個題目。咁呢啲咁深奧嘅題目咧，就唔好自己玩自己啦。咁當然啦，有啲同學仔就抱住呢個議論文，哇正三正一反正，狂吹，咁啊大件事啦，出晒事啦。咁我哋睇下呢個範文點寫啦。呢個範文我覺得都寫得唔錯嘅。OK， 好聽。咁啊呢個 essay 啦，咁啊又可以寫個 title 啦。OK。咁啊唔寫就遜色啲咯，其實你應該要寫嘅一啲 essay 係應該有個 title 嘅。好啦 ，Jack and Rose, Romeo and Juliet, all these romantic love stories have captivated the minds of Homo sapiens. OK，Homo sapiens 係人類，Homo sapiens 係人類啊。OK， 咁啊 Jack and Rose 係嚟自呢個Titanic 嘅嗰對戀人啦，希望你知道出處啦。OK，Indeed, a happy ever after ending in Disney stories is the dream of most lovers. But wait, is romantic love necessary for a happy marriage? Is the element of romance necessary in every successful marriage? In dramas, this is unquestionably true. Yet in reality, sorry, the link between romantic love and a happy marriage may be more uncertain than you think. 嗱，即係咧有愛就唔一定有美滿嘅婚姻嘅，呢一個就係佢要拗嘅嘢啦。咁你又好清晰啦，最尾一句呢個topic sentence。好啦，咁啊應該咧呢個 essay 啊嘛，咁應該最少就2至3個 point 啦，就 唔同嘅角度去分析下點解呢樣嘢唔係真啦。OK，咁啊你問我咧，我自己都覺得唔係真嘅，咁啊唔係真應該易講啲嘅。OK， 好啦，第一個 point， 第一個 part。OK，love stories are an indisposable part of literature education. And in drama lessons, we have, of course, read many romances. The protagonists, such as Romeo and Juliet, often sacrifice themselves for the cause of true love. You may fall enchanted with the dialogue. Oh, Romeo, where thou art thou, Romeo. 嗱，好啦，咁啊呢一度咧就好明顯啦，你一定要讀過 English 你先有啲 Romeo and Juliet 嘅台詞噶嘛，係咪啊？咁你冇理由一個完全唔讀 English 嘅人，你唔識 call 嗰句嘢，你真係答呢個題目，你真係傻啊，係咪啊？想死啊，真係。OK， 咁啊呢個堂好好啦 ，call 到呢一句啦 ，OK， 正啊 ，good。You may dream of the passion contained in this simple yet magical scene. Nevertheless, what you shall not forget is that this is only the start of a relationship. A sustainable, happy marriage needs much more than romance in the form of passion. It is about patience, devotion, and mutual trust. 嗱，咁啊好好啦。咁啊，除咗呢一個除咗激情之外，需要有耐性，有呢一個嘅投入，係咪啊？一心致志嘅投入 ，OK， 同埋相信有互相嘅信任，咁啊呢三個 point 啦 ，OK。Just imagine, will you still love your partner when he or she is old or sick? Everyone can make the age-old oath during the wedding ceremony, but how many can fulfill the promise? How many are still willing to stay by their partners when age dims their beauty, or when failing health eats away their physicality? Life is a box of chocolate. 又喺度答嗰啲 references 啦 ，OK， 呢個就係呢個Forrest Gump 啦。There could be hardships and obstacles at any moment. Even if the lovers have experienced romance when they met, they may not have the patience to endure the hardship in their relationship. 嗱，好啦，咁呢一段就係講 patience 啦。Some may choose to escape by divorce or even committing suicide or murder. Only those who can understand and care about the needs of the others can clear the hurdles in a marriage. Henceforth, patience is the key to a happy marriage, but not romance. Being patient, however, is not the sole key to a healthy marriage, as here comes another one, devotion. 咁啊，講少少 language 啦，咁你可以見到其實佢係有承上啟下啦。When lovers become couples, there's still a long way to go. What makes a marriage last forever is the commitment between partners. Will you lose sleep when your partner faces trouble? Will you regret when you have argued with your partner and result in a stalemate? The answers should be positive if you really care about the relationship. Such devotion should come from both of the lovers in a relationship. A surprise to your partner on his or her birthday, for example, should create a memorable experience as your devotion shall touch your partner. If one really wants the happy marriage, one has to step in their partner's shoes and try to do something to make one's partner feel the dearest warmth and comfort one is trying to immerse the other in. After all, romance may last for just a moment, but devotion continues on and on. Okay? 好啦，講得好好啦。The final key, apart from patience and continued devotion, is trust. 嗱，咁留意啦，又係承上啟下啦。This is even part of the foundation of a marriage. It does not matter much whether romance exists. Rather, it is about how couples can trust each other. In many cases, couples divorce because they are skeptical about each other. Although passion still exists between them, one of them may already have another secret affair. The presence of such extramarital romance may turn out to be a curse to a marriage. Because of greed or lust or the pursuit of excitement, romance can ruin a long-established marriage quickly. Only when couples have confidence in each other and at the same time be loyal to their partners can a marriage last till the end. The question cannot be answered until I've read so numerous an amount of stories, dramas, or anecdotes of lovers until I have made throughout reflection on these tragedies. Having romantic love is of course a treat, okay, 係一件好事, but paying attention to fostering patience, commitment, and trust is crucial. These three keys are indeed the necessary condition of a happy marriage. So, please be down to earth and pay your efforts in a relationship. Maybe one day, Hubris arrow will strike you because of your devotion to your crush 啦。咁留意啦，非常之好啦。咁呢一段咧就用一個唔是太經典嘅方法去答呢個問題啦。咁啊，我相信咧當年咧好多考生咧都會直接會答話係呢個浪漫咧係即係呢個浪漫激情係對於呢個快樂婚姻咧係好需要嘅。咁你係講3個 point 啦。咁但係如果你真係咁寫嘅話，你會發現一個問題咧，就係、你寫嗰3段咧係寫嚟寫去都係寫緊嗰3樣，即係寫緊同一樣嘢啊。咁啊呢一個問題就係、你一定會出現㗎啦。因為你答係，其實你邊有3個度去分析啊？咁你呢個 romantic love， 其實你最多都係講3個故事去 prove 嘅啫，係咪？咁但係呢一個人咧就好醒啦，就話呢個 romantic love 咧唔係 necessary。咁啊佢調翻轉講邊3個條件係 necessary。咁其實有好多除呢3個嘢之外咧，有好多嗰啲其他嘢都係 necessary 嘅。即係你如果你係基督教徒嘅話，信望愛啊，係咪啊 ？faith hope love 啊，即係你好多除咗呢啲之外，有好多嘢都可以係一個美滿婚姻嘅一個必要條件嚟㗎嘛，係咪先？咁錢都可以係一個美滿婚姻嘅必要條件嚟㗎嘛。咁有錢咪有美滿婚姻咯，你吹啫嘛，係咪？咁啊言之有理啦，當然。咁啊呢一個同學仔就好醒啦，3個 point 寫得好好。OK， 好，繼續啦，下一條題目，第5條。好，咁啊 popular culture 啦，呢一條都比較多人揀嘅當年。咁佢就話recently the Hong Kong government published a list of intangible cultural heritage items， 呢個非物質文化遺產嘅嘢。咁啊有好多人啊唔識 intangible 啦 ，intangible 即係摸唔到嘅嘢，捉不到啲東西。intangible cultural heritage items that the city should protect. The following were on the list。咁啊有 egg tart 同埋麻雀啦，即係有蛋撻同麻雀啦。Write a letter to editor of the Hong Kong Daily supporting the government's choice of these 2 features of Hong Kong culture。留意，你要支持呢兩嘢。如果係寫反對嘅話咧，咁拜拜離題，成篇嘢再見。OK， 或者如果你兩個嘅你誤解咗，你淨係揀一個嘅話，咁拜拜再見離題，唔會合格㗎啦，成篇嘢。Suggesting why they are worth protecting， 值得保護。How they can be protected。嗱，咁好啦，咁啊2 part 啦，又係第一，點解佢哋值得保護咧？同埋點解佢哋點樣佢哋可以保護咧？咁你就呢2 part 咧，就你預2個 point 啦，每一 part， 即係例如點解佢值得保留，點解值得保護，咁啊2個原因啦。咁啊佢點樣保護佢哋係2個原因啦。咁啊留意呢一個係一個給編輯的信啦。咁你又要有基本嘅解釋啦 ，Dear Editor 啊 ，Yours truly Chris Wong， 又或者 Chris Wong Shatin 啊，然後 I'm ready to， 即係呢啲 sense 你要有啦，係咪先？如果冇嘅話，你就唔好揀個題目啦，唔好自暴其短。OK， 你冇嗰啲 language， 你就唔好揀嗰條。Dear Editor，I am writing in response to the recent list of intangible cultural heritage published by the government。係你啲必要嘅一啲字眼先。I'm writing in response to。Okay. As a professor of social science of the University of Hong Kong, it is my pleasure to applaud the decision of including egg tarts and mahjong in the list。咁留意啦，咁呢一個咧，相信如果你係我嘅學生嘅話咧，咁我就應該會同你講話佢冇指定角色嘅話咧，你設一個對自己立場有利嘅角色咧，係會有助你去拗呢樣嘢啦，咁啊會加分啦。咁啊記得啦。好 ，These 2 valuable images of our cities are of utmost importance in showing our diverse culture。呢個多元，好啦，唔好意思啊。OK， 多元嘅文化有個 diverse 嘅 culture。They are popular and at the same time immensely characteristic of this Asia city。OK， 佢係呢個香港係好有特色嘅。代表到香港嘅。Much delighted to witness these 2 heritage items gaining official credit. I would like to take this chance to let the public know better why egg tarts and mahjong deserve protection and how we could better conserve them。咁啊好清楚啦 ，OK。首先佢已經略提過佢已經去預示過佢講嘅 point 啦，係咪可以 show 到香港嘅文化係好多元啦？ 亦都好象徵到香港啦。咁所以呢啲就係點解要值得保護嘅語言，其實佢已經講咗㗎啦。Okay. The chief reason I support the preservation of ICTAs is that they represent the East-West encounters in Hong Kong. 咁留意啲topic sentence 好清楚啦 ，OK？ 可以象徵到呢個中西嘅文化交融。Famous in Cha Chaan Tents, this small crispy dessert has captivated lots of tourists and locals. ICTAs are a collective memory of Hong Kong people, with Tai Chong Bakery as one of the best representative. 嗱，去拋啲字出嚟啦，集體回憶啦，係咪？ Our last governor, Chris Pan Ding Hon, was a big fan of the ICTAs. His love for ICTAs even became one of the much remembered moments of the colonial era, when the then governor peacefully coexisted with the local culinary culture. With its special texture, taste, and historical significance, this sweet snack should be well preserved by the government. 咁留意啦，中西文化交融啊嘛。咁你就食邊嘢就要講中西文化交融啦。西啦、中啦，係咪？中啦、西啦，係咪啊？西啦、中啦。呢一啲嘅對比係非常之好啦。咁你話有個 East-West encounters， 咁你當然成段嘢就係講 East-West 點樣 interact 啦。咁呢段嘢就非常之講得好啦。留意佢最尾仲要有講話點解要保留咧？特別嘅質地啦，佢嘅味道啦，佢歷史價值啦。所以值得保留嘅。咁第二段咁當然就係講呢個麻雀啦。OK。Another heritage item that deserve preservation is related to handicraft， 係一個手工嘅。Mahjong is a popular game among people in Guangdong, Hong Kong, Taiwan, and even Japan. Nonetheless, all these people play Mahjong for different purposes and with different rules and styles. In Hong Kong, people play Mahjong for leisure, especially before banquets and in Chinese New Year. Mahjong provides a good platform for family members to chat with each other, to strengthen the bonding between relatives. Apart from providing fun, Mahjong also has its cultural and economic value. 留意啦，有 fun 啦、leisure 啦、有文化嘅 value 啦、有 economic value 啦 as in the sector of handicraft Mahjong. In the 1970s, there were about 10 handicraft Mahjong shops in Shamshui. The rich back then bought Mahjong from these shops because each Mahjong tiles was nicely designed and handicraft. Sometimes the craftsmen made special Mahjong tiles, such as those with well-known names and beautiful birds carved on them. These unique Mahjong sets are worth collecting. 嗱，講緊呢個點解咁 special 啊？因為有嗰啲出名啊，有啲雀仔啊咁樣啦，佢值得保留啦。OK， 咁你拗緊點解要值得保留啊嘛？ Sadly, only one handicraft Mahjong shop remains in operation now, as the prospect of this field becomes dimmer and dimmer over time. 呢個係真嘅。OK。Fairly recently, I arranged a few visits for my students to the shop 啦。呢一個咧又非常之好啦，因為你話你教授啊嘛，咁你就可以提一提話我帶啲學生去呢間鋪啦 ，OK， 又印翻自己立場啦。The owner exclaimed that his son did not want to learn this form of art. He mourned over the possible extinction of this repertoire in the near future. With this harsh fate in mind, handicraft Mahjong deserves to be viewed as an endangered heritage, or else its extinction would just be a matter of time. The government should pay special attention to this intangible cultural heritage in order to protect this unique cultural element. Placing Mahjong among the top priorities for preservation is indeed an important step forward. OK， 留意翻啦，又係有啲concluding sentence 啦。OK， 呢度就係一個 concluding sentence 啦。呢一個又係 concluding sentence 啦。OK， 同埋佢每一段裡面都有講唔同嘅 aspect 啦。又講文化，又講經濟啊，係咪啊？又講有中，又講西，又講 texture， 又講 taste 咁樣，非常之好豐富啦。好啦，要一個轉折段啦，因為有兩 part。OK， 留意有兩 part 嘅題目咧，一定要有轉折段嘅。With the above reasons and concern, I believe that ICTAs and Mahjong should be included in the intangible cultural heritage list. While the list can arouse public awareness, it's still important to come up with some effective ways of protection. To preserve these cultural elements, the following measures can be considered 嗱，咁其實就有成上睇下啦。咁呢一個就成上啦，就係點解？因為呢啲原因咧，所以就應該要加入非物質文化遺產嗰度啦。咁然後咧，點解報咧就有以下嘅措施可以考慮嘅政府。第一 ，It is recommended that the government make use of food trucks to bring egg tarts to street food culture 嗱，食物車、美食車。The recent food truck pilot scheme has attracted many visitors to buy delicacies crafted by both small restaurants and large restaurant chains. However, the expensive prices added to the fact that most food currently on sale on food trucks are not especially appealing to the locals, diminish the attractiveness of food trucks to an average Hong Konger. Some food trucks even terminate the operation due to the lack of customers. The food truck scheme could be improved by introducing cheap local foods such as egg tarts. Food trucks need not be eye-catching or fancy. They can simply sell snacks like egg tarts to the general public. Since egg tarts are popular and easily affordable, selling them on food trucks can yield an advertising effect. Egg tarts can be sold in attraction to tourists as well, as tourists then do not need to find cha chan tins to try this local speciality. A win-win situation can be reached. Egg tarts are promoted while food trucks benefit from the boost in sales 嗱。咁留意啦，呢一段咧講得非常之好啦。講點解而家美食車唔 work 啦？因為佢賣啲嘢太貴啦，同埋啲人唔中意食啦。好似冇講太貴係有隱約有暗示到太貴啦。OK， 啲人唔中意食啦，吸引唔到本地人啦。如果你introduce 一啲 cheap 嘅嘢食咧，即係例如 egg tarts 咧，affordable 啦，有廣告效應啦。啲香港平民都會去食呢個蛋撻啦，咁非常之好啦 ，OK？ 仲要係雙贏喎 ，win-win situation 喎，咁呢啲咧就係啲考官最中意睇到嘅嘢啦，係咪？benefit 唔單止 egg tart 啦，仲 benefit 埋 food truck 啦，因為啲美食車唔掂啊嘛，而家香港。好啦，麻雀啦 ，for mahjong。The most important measure that the government should take is to revitalize the handicraft mahjong industry， 去振興呢個手工製造麻雀呢個產業啊 ，OK？Although young people may not have the time to engage in the industry full-time, they may still be interested in learning this art. Some of my social science students are fond of playing mahjong 啊，呢個係真啊，你過多幾個月讀大學就知嘅啦，日日打牌啲大學生。OK， 又係代入角色啦，social science 啲學生啦，中意打牌啦 ，OK。呢啲係加分位啦，即係你自己去 FF 話我係一個教授啊，我啲學生好鬼中意打牌咁樣，考官見到話正 ，OK。They even founded the Mahjong Society at the university， 呢個係真嘅呢件事 ，OK。Once I asked about their interest in handicraft mahjong and their response was immensely positive。咁呢啲係作㗎啦 ，OK。你係一個中六學生啫嘛，你鬼會識到啲大學生話中意打牌咩？係咪？咁你咪作咯，冇人話一定要真㗎嘛。Many of them wanted to make an effort in protecting this intangible cultural heritage. Taking advantage of the passion held by these mahjong lovers, I suggest the government provide subsidies for social enterprises to help organize workshops for young people to learn mahjong crafting 啦。咁咧就提供一啲嘅資助啦，去俾一啲嘅社企啦，去幫一啲去舉辦一啲工作坊啦，俾啲後生仔咧去學點樣去整麻雀牌嘅。Even if they only take this for leisure, the repertoire can still be passed on until the next generation, instead of becoming discontinued as time passes by. Ultimately, there could be more studios making handicraft mahjongs and related products. With the passion and creativity of young people, this traditional arts can be popularized among the public, and even promoted to the rest of the world 啦。咁好好啦。相信咧就有唔少考生都會講得到一啲方法去振興麻雀啦，例如搞啲嘉年華啊，你或者去喺中小學推廣啦咁樣。咁呢啲嘅其實有啲 idea 咧，啲考官唔會太 buy 嘅。如果你記得嗰啲篇文咧係中學老師啊嘛，中學老師會唔會想一班政府官員嚟呢個中小學教啲學生點打麻雀啊？咁唔 make sense 啦。咁呢一個寫呢篇文嘅就好識啦。咁你話佢係大學教授，咁大學生梗係打牌㗎啦，大學生唔打牌做乜嘢啊？唔通讀書咩？係咪？講笑啫 ，OK。但係大學生中意打牌呢個事實嚟㗎嘛，咁你冇話咁大學生推廣咯，咁咪搞個 workshop 教啲大學生打牌咯，咁呢樣嘢其實 OK 㗎，冇乜問題，咁大學生都冇咩做㗎啦，係咪先？然後佢又吹大啲啦，就話 就可以推廣去公眾啦，然後全世界都可以推廣嘅咁樣。咁啊呢啲話考官又話正啦，OK。咁啊唔單止係本地，仲要係全球，OK。With the above suggestions, I am confident that the intangible cultural heritage listed can be well maintained. Every city has its own culture which deserves every effort to preserve. So does Hong Kong. 咁啊講一講啲世界各地嘅一啲 general situation 啦，亦帶翻嚟香港啦。每個城市都有值得保留嘅一啲嘢啦，香港都有啦。Remember, a city with no cultural elements of its own shall not shine or glitter on the stage of the world. It is my most earnest and sincere hope that the government, takes serious action on preserving and promoting ECTAS and Mahjong, two of our most treasured intangible cultural heritage, so that our city will continue to be a melting pot for Western and Eastern cultures, and has long been known and boasted of. Yours faithfully, Chris Wong, Associate Professor, Faculty of Social Science, the University of Hong Kong。嗱，好啦，咁啊呢篇嘢嘅結論咧，就可以見到佢用一啲好靚嘅方法啦。第一，重申翻佢嘅立場啦。第二，講翻一個 general situation 啦。第三，呼籲行動啦，邊一個要做啲乜嘢啦，係咪？第四，仲略略提翻嗰啲 point 喎，係咪啊？中西文化交融啊嘛。咁啊最尾又係啦，咁呢啲你又冇錯啦。Yours faithfully 留個 S 咧，跟住 faithfully 又算錯啊，咁呢啲你到中六啦，你串咗6年都唔識串嘅話咧，仲要你明知一定會出嘅喎，你 paper 2唔出 paper 3都要出，你都係唔識串嘅話咧，咁我真係唔知講咩好啦。OK， 咁啊呢啲又係啦。咁啊如果你有咗個身份俾自己嘅話，你就一定要寫啦。OK， 咁啊如果係 paper 3啊或者Paper 2佢又俾個立場俾你，即係俾一啲角色嘅資料俾你，你又要寫啦。OK， 好的，咁啊繼續啦，我哋第6條。As captain of the debate team, you have been asked to write a debate speech. The task is to argue that watching TV makes us smarter. In your speech, you should include 3 reasons to support the statement. Write your speech。嗱，留意啦，呢一個咧，你係一個debate team 嘅一個隊長，你要寫一個辯論稿。咁辯論你答呢個題目之前咧，你先諗下自己，你識唔識辯論稿嘅解釋？你有冇睇過一場辯論？你有冇打過辯論嘅經驗？冇嘅話，你要預咗寫呢篇嘢，你個 language 會大打折扣。因為咧，寫個辯論稿咧，同寫其他稿係唔一樣嘅，你一定要有啲特定嘅 language 嘅。OK。咁啊，呢一個題目就係睇電視係令到你更加聰明啦。咁啊，留意佢已經俾個立場俾你，你要 support 個 statement 啦。OK。咁啊，又係如果佢叫你 support，你又走去反對嘅話，咁啊拜拜啦，成篇嘢離題，再見，唔合格㗎啦。咁啊，留意下呢篇文咧，範文咧，佢有啲乜嘢嘅 language 你可以留心啦。OK。咁啊，假設你完全對debate 係冇認識，第一，中文都會話啦，評判主席在座各位，係咪？咁啊，你可以同埋有方同學都可以加埋啦。Chairman, adjudicators, ladies and gentlemen。咁啊，你可以加埋你可以喺呢個，你可以喺應該呢度可以加埋啦。Our dear opponent， OK， 我哋嘅對手。好。Today's motion is that watching TV makes us smarter. We, the affirmative side， 嗱，正方，你連正方嘅英文都唔識串，即係笑大人個口。人哋考官分分鐘打開 debate 嘅，見到你連正方嘅字都唔識串咧，真係覺得你真係好 ridiculous 成件事。你唔識你去作，係咪啊？冇人叫你去做啲你唔識嘅嘢㗎嘛。Strongly believe that watching TV has a positive effect on our intellectual abilities. We are going to demonstrate how watching TV can broaden our horizons, improve our comprehension ability, and provoke deeper thinking. 嗱，咁啊有啲debate 嘅字啦 ，we are going to demonstrate 啦，咁有3個 point 嘅 ，broaden our horizon 擴闊我哋嘅視野 ，improve our comprehension ability 去改善我哋嘅理解能力，同埋 provoke deeper thinking 3樣嘢，OK？ 好，第一 ，watching TV can enrich our minds. There are a variety of TV channels and programs, free or paid, that supplement us with knowledge of the world. For example, the Discovery Channel introduced various subjects such as biology, anthropology, and engineering, while the History Channel gives you an insight into intriguing stories of the past, ranging from the greatest campaign in history to the life of a war hero. These kinds of knowledge are not commonly taught at school, but are, however, made into TV episodes dedicated to viewers with these specific interests. More informative genres like documentaries provide much valuable information to us viewers, such as anecdotes or the simplified timeline of an important historical event. So, no matter what you watch TV for, you can always gain something from watching it. Watching TV does make us smarter as we become more equipped with world knowledge. 好啦，咁啊呢篇嘢嘅其實個字就嗰個意思就唔難啦。咁啊佢其實最主要都用啲例子啦 ，Discovery Channel 啊、History Channel 啊，咁樣documentary 啊，呢啲就可以令到你知識增長啦。咁我相信你就算舉一啲本地嘅例子都舉得到啦，例如TVB 啊，有啲嘅星期日檔案啊，係咪？咁啊 ViuTV 有啲嘅綜藝節目都係有啲知識性為主㗎嘛，咁。唔好意思嚇。咁啊，呢啲我相信其實你係講得到嘅，OK？ 好啦，咁啊呢一個係 OK 啦，冇問題啦，係咪？咁下一個 point 咧就係要講呢個改善我哋嘅理解能力啦，係咪？咁啊理解能力 ，whether a person is smart or not can also be measured in another way, which concerns how well or how fast one understands one story or a passage. In other words, one's comprehension ability. Watching TV exactly helps the development of such an ability. 咁啊，呢一個又係debate 嘅一個好常見嘅一個工具啦，就係去定義一啲keyword 啦。OK。The negative side may argue that 嗱，有方同學可能會點樣拗，呢啲就係一個 debate 嘅一啲技巧咯。咁呢啲技巧你冇嘅話，咁啊真係完全輸蝕過一啲本身打開 debate 6年嘅人咯。呢個就係一個事實咯。OK。好啦，有方同學會講咩咧 ？TV dramas are not educational and cannot benefit our minds. Let's think from another perspective. 我哋用另一個角度去諗啊，好冇？When we watch TV dramas, we need to understand the relationship between different characters, which is often complex. For instance, what the purpose of the villain is, or why the protagonist makes a certain decision. The more complicated the relationship, the more mysterious the show, the more imaginative the plot, then the more organized we will become, having been long exposed to these dramas. In order to grasp the whole picture, we always need to use our sophisticated comprehension ability to interpret the storyline. When we watch detective drama series like Sherlock Holmes, we can even think deeper into how the case develops. These mysteries indeed give us chances to improve our organizational skills and even imagination. The popular view that watching TV eats away our intellectual ability should not be taken seriously. OK， 咁啊，駁翻有方同學嘅講法啦，係咪？睇電視會令到我哋蠢咗咧？呢啲嘅睇法咧就應該冇咁認真啦。OK， 假啊呢啲。咁啊，呢啲又係吹水啦。OK， 吹水唔抹嘴啦。又話咩睇嗰啲古裝劇啊，啲嗰啲即係嗰啲肥皂劇啊，又會你要去分析下啲奸角啊，分析下啲主角啊，分析下啲劇情啊，係咪？跟住然後就有啲可能係偵探劇啊，你要同佢一齊估下點解個兇手殺咗人啊咁樣呢啲啊，原來咧呢啲就可以令到我哋個 comprehension ability 提升嘅，咁 OK， 我覺得冇問題㗎。好，最尾啦，又成常睇下啦。Having been equipped with a better knowledge of the world around us, as well as our comprehension and organizational skills, watching TV also trains our critical thinking skills. We are encouraged to think more as we watch informative programs such as news and talk shows that provide details of some heated controversies, such as the policy address and umbrella movement. The negative side may claim that the information from these programs may be deceiving and biased. This, however, does not outweigh the benefits of watching TV. These programs prompt us to contemplate various issues by featuring speakers ranging from government officials, university professors, and political activists. We, viewers, are provoked to determine our own stance on the individual issues, and we can and should decide carefully what is right or wrong instead of believing whatever is said on the programs. How can you make a reasonable argument when you don't have the necessary background knowledge? 問句反問 Watching TV does help develop our minds. You will start thinking deeper and will soon become smarter. 咁啊，講咗啲例子啦，就係有啲新聞節目啊，有啲talk show 啊，OK， 咁啊清談節目啊，講下啲呢個policy address 新嘅政策啊，OK。突然間唔記得咗 policy address 嘅中文添 ，OK，umbrella movement 雨傘革命啦，OK，OK 啊嘛，咁啊每個人有唔同嘅立場嘅，但係睇完之後咧，你知道咗多啲 background 咧，就會有自己嘅睇法啦，OK，OK，good，好啦，最尾 ，Ladies and gentlemen, the justification that I put forward above shall be able to uphold today's motion 啦，先生女士，今日我所講嘅説話咧，應該可以咧證明到咧我方嘅立場咧係成立嘅，OK。Our second speaker will talk about the benefits of watching TV to students, and our third speaker will use data of developed countries to support our stance. 仲要，因為你係一個 captain 啊嘛，你隊長啊嘛，咁你要講埋你第二個 speaker 會講乜嘢啦，第三個 speaker 講乜嘢啦，係咪先？咁呢啲又係啲你唔打 debate 你唔會知道發生咩事嘅嘢啦，OK？咁冇就唔得啦，係咪？I hereby call for your support in the motion. Watching TV makes us smarter. Thank you. 非常之好啦，OK。咁啊，唯一爭嘅嘢咧，就係我嫌佢攻擊得對方唔夠少。作為一個教過 debate 嘅人嚟咧，呢篇嘢太客氣啦，OK。OK， 咁啊，總之一句講晒啦。咁你見到我 highlight 咁多嘢咧，呢啲咁嘅辯論嘅一啲 skills 你冇嘅話咧，就即係建議你唔好揀 debating， 你自暴其短嘅一陣。好，繼續。好啦，咁啊第7條啦。social issues 咁啊多人揀嘅當年。You are working on a project entitled Hong Kong's Needs. Needs are young people who are not in education, employment or training， 即係嗰啲引稱嘅 ，OK？ 唔係接受緊教育啦，冇嘢做啦，冇訓練緊啦。Many of these young people spend their time at home playing video games or surfing the internet. Write a report to explain why the number of needs in Hong Kong is rising。第一樣嘢。第二 ，suggest what can be done to help these youths. Give reasons to support your suggestions。好啦，第一呢一個格式咧係報告。咁當年咧就好多考生咧寫到啲好奇怪嘅格式，包括 letter to the editor 又會寫出嚟啦，就咁 argumentative essay 又有啦 ，proposal 又有啦 ，speech 又有啦，debate speech 又有啦，即係好奇怪怪嘅。咁你唔識 report 呢個格式，你就真係要諗清楚啦，係咪？你係咪真係想作條題目咧？第二就係、如果你未考 DSE 嘅你而家只係喺度準備緊 DSE 嘅話，你真係唔知個 report 嘅格式係咩嘅話，你係咪應該要温下咧？係咪？你都明知佢有機會會考噶咯，咁點解你唔温咧？你係咪想等到考完 DSE 先温咧，先嚟後悔咧？係咪？好啦，咁啊兩 part 啦，咁又係4個 point 啦，多數，咁我睇下啦。第一 report 咧就係、有大標題，有細標題嘅 ，OK。咁 report 係唔會用 I 啊 V 啊好少嘅，你要用 passive voice 嘅，唔會用 direct quote， 你要用indirect quote。OK，report a speech。OK，this 我 highlight 啲 language 啦，有。The report aims to suggest various reasons to account for the increasing number of needs in Hong Kong 啦，解釋下點解越嚟越多引稱啦。Several measures to help cope with the problems of rising needs will also be proposed in the latter part of this report。簡而精兩句，第一句講第一部分會做乜嘢，第二句講第二部分做乜嘢。留意佢係用咗 paraphrasing， 佢係改咗啲條題目嘅重點字眼，用一啲自己嘅 high level 嘅字，做到 good， 做唔到唔緊要，你用翻嗰條題目嘅原本字幕係 OK 嘅，冇問題嘅 ，OK。視乎你自己目標係咩啦。好， Situation overview，咁呢個咧就係一個 optional 嘅部分啦，可以講。咁啊，其實你唔需要講嗰個background 嘅，咁佢冇叫你講，你唔講都冇問題嘅。不過你講咗嘅話，你真係想 aim for 升或者升嘅，咁冇問題嘅。Needs are defined as young people who are not in education, employment or training。咁你留意佢抄㗎啦，除咗呢一節 define 佢自己嚟啦。好多時咧個 report 咧佢會定義一個問題先嘅，咁啊然後佢印下啲 survey 嘅結果啦，咁又係嗰句啦，唔一定要係真㗎啦 ，OK 可以作㗎啦，你只要嗰個結果唔係走太離譜就 OK 啦。According to a recent survey conducted by the Hong Kong Federation of Youth， 咁啊香港青年協會咧，基本上如果你有啲乜嘢關於青年嘅問題啊、社會嘅問題嘅話咧，你可以 quote 佢嘅 ，OK。Again 唔係太離譜嘅話咧，啲考官唔會走去攞部手機出嚟 Google 去 search 下你個survey 係咪真嘅？冇人會真係會咁樣做嘅 ，OK。More than a quarter of interviewees aged 15 to 24 are likely to be needs, are 60% right compared to last year's count. These young people either play video games, surf the internet, or hang around outside purposelessly, often for whole days, to while away their plenteous free time. 咁啊，原來咧有1/4個受訪者就係有機會係做引稱啦 ，OK， 升到60%啦，咁佢哋做乜鬼啦 ，OK？The phenomenon is pressingly alarming. If these do nothing but playing online games at home, they will lose the precious chance and prime time to accumulate human capital when they are young. 好啦，佢哋累積呢人力嘅資本啦 ，OK， 即係識朋友啦。Hardly could they, consequently, find a promising or at least stable job in the future. 咁啊都係關將來嘅未來就業情況事嘅。Worse still, if they join gangs or triad, the increasing crime rates brought about will pose a dire effect to society. It is therefore crucial to identify the top drive behind teenagers choosing to become NEET, so that proper plans could be devised to help tackle the problem. 好啦， top drive, top reasons. Reasons. Below list 3 major possible reasons to behind the surge in NEET. Number 1, dim career prospects, OK? 嗰啲職業前景、就業前景慘淡。The local economy seems to have improved over the past few years, but the average income of young workers has not increased much. In society where elitism thrives, OK? 精英主義抬頭盛行。People with outstanding results in the public examination become professionals or business elite. Their income is significantly higher than those who do not excel academically, who turn out to believe academics to be the sole, if not the predominant, ladder for socio-economic improvement. These academic mediocre young people thus become hopeless. OK， 讀唔到書嘅人咧就會好無助啦，冇希望啦。They have neither ability nor confidence to continue their studies or to climb up the social ladder. As a result, more and more young people become reluctant to find jobs or attend training. They eventually become NEET. 咁呢個係一個非常之合理嘅原因啦。第二 ，the emphasis on practical or vocational education， 即係對於呢個職業訓練或者職業教育咧係冇咁重視啦。While the academically proficient students earn a place in universities or other higher educational institutes, others should have been given a chance to properly learn career-related skills, such that they could find a job and earn a living. The majority of secondary students, much to teenagers' misfortune, do not provide enough assistance in vocational training. 可能大部分中學唔夠職業訓練啦。In the local school environment where paving way for the DSE remains the top priority, subjects which are directly practical to everyday life and work but not exam-oriented, such as home economics and design technology, are seldom offered to students, whose opportunities to receive a practical or vocational training becomes fewer. The government may have promoted applied learning courses in senior secondary, but schools do not have sufficient funds to cover them. Students with poor academic results, consequently, cannot switch to vocational training easily, as the tuition fee may be too expensive for some families. Not to be neglected is the general non-acceptance of the qualification gained from applied learning by tertiary institutions. Amid such an atmosphere where vocational or practical training is not emphasized is even discouraged, students who do not excel in the traditional study and exam schools model are normally not encouraged to continue their studies upon graduation. They may ultimately lose their confidence, believing that there are no promising alternative career paths for them them and become unwilling to go for work or training。嗱，呢一個咧非常之好啦。留意咧，呢一個咧係一個好 tricky 嘅一個 situation。咁啊，好多學生都話香港嘅教育制度咧就冇乜職業訓練啦，咁啊令到啲學生就唔係太認識呢一個嘅即係唔夠 training 啊。讀到書嘅就當然讀大學啦，讀唔到書嘅話就又冇乜職業訓練嘅一啲資訊喎，咁啊又唔受呢個尊重啦，OK， 職業訓練咁啊，所以冇乜人去讀呢個 vocational education 啦。好，咁但係呢一個範文咧，好在咧可以拉翻嚟呢一個嘅引稱 ，OK， 咁啊當然如果你又唔讀書又唔做嘢，咁啊當然就係做一個引稱啦，係咪先？好，第三 ，family influence。Some needs are born in a wealthy family. They do not need to worry about their future living or to become the breadwinner of the family. 唔使養家 ，OK? Students' competence is likely to be undermined or undeveloped in face of such a family background. They, for example, could always choose to study abroad if they perform poorly in the public examination. Such a study path could be guaranteed, but when it comes to the career path, they have to face the harsh reality. As most of these students lack the initiative to study hard, they may receive a below average result or even fail to graduate. When they come back, they are unlikely to win a job among other candidates who graduate in local universities. Even if luck stands on their side and they are able to secure a job, some may fail to communicate or collaborate well with their colleagues as they may have been spoiled by their parents. This will result in their inability in securing a long-standing career, and they may often end up being needs. 好啦，咁啊講緊屋企太有錢，又唔使養家啦，唔使讀書啦 ，OK？ 屋企太有錢，送你外國讀書，咁啊但你本身個底係懶嘅，咁啊競爭力唔夠本地嘅大學生嚟啦，咁啊最尾都係令到自己好失望，唔翻工啦 ，OK？ 咁呢個都係一個比較 unique 嘅 point 嚟嘅。咁啊，事實上其實你頭兩個 point 講得夠 detail 嘅話咧，第三個 point 咧其實都 optional 嘅，唔需要寫咁多個 point 嘅 ，OK？ 好，小標題 suggestions. Increase the number of vocational training schools. More vocational schools could be set up, especially in new towns. There are 8 vocational training schools in Hong Kong currently, mostly situated in the urban area. While in new towns, there are not enough support for young people requiring such training. Regarding Northwest New Territories, it is suggested that 2 more youth college 青年學院啊 ，OK 係非 TC 搞嘅，係俾嗰啲中三離校或者中六離校嘅學生讀嘅。Be established. As students there are mainly from mainstream secondary schools, they should be given training on technical skills as well as communication skills. 串錯字嘅。They also need to acquire a certain level of English and Putonghua proficiency, such as they can find a job more easily in the future. Regarding the expenses, it is proposed that the government should increase the amount of subsidies by 10% to allow vocational training schools to recruit more students and to provide admission scholarship for the underprivileged. 今日留意啦，今日增加職業先修學校嘅數字之餘咧，仲係增加多啲嘅資助啦。可以去提供一啲助學金俾啲學生啦 ，OK？ This can increase the chances of young people getting employed as they shall possess some practical work skills. If not a bright academic diploma, the number of needs will eventually decrease. 好啦，咁啊有訓練，咁咪冇廢青咯。對唔住，用錯字，係引稱，唔係廢青 ，OK？ 第二 ，increase the awareness of life planning，OK？ 生涯規劃。More funding shall be injected in promoting life planning among school students. In the past, the government lacks focus on career and life planning in school education. Some young people, as a result, do not know what they are interested in or what they are capable of doing. They may stay at home rather than go to work as they do not see the importance of working and making savings for their later life needs. The government should therefore allocate more funding to the education sector. Experts in life, career, and access planning can be invited to provide directions for schools to organize activities where students could explore their interests. Students should be given a chance to explore the career path suitable for themselves as early as possible, such as they can have enough time to prepare for their future careers and learn deeper in the areas concerned. The students' sense of direction and self-esteem could be boosted as they find their strengths. Even if some students seem to have no prominent talents, they can still at least find an interest to develop. The government should also offer support to the creative industry, about which many young people are passionate. This can ensure that students will not be barred from pursuing their future careers due to financial barriers. As they find their desired jobs, the number of needs will decrease. 嗱，咁留意啦，咁其實都講得幾好嘅生涯規劃，咁學校要推啦，咁點推咧？多啲錢啦，係咪啊？咁去請多啲專家啦，去教學生點樣可以探索自己嘅一啲興趣啦，係咪？咁就算揾唔到興趣，揾唔到自己嘅未來嘅路向之外咧，都可以揾到自己嘅興趣啦，係咪？咁同一時間都應該去注資喺啲創意嘅產業啦。咁如果你揾到興趣喺創意產業度，咁揾到工咪會有引稱咯，係咪 ？Conclusion. It is hoped that the report can address the reasons behind the rise of needs. With these reasons in mind, more remedial plans could be devised to help soothe the grave issue. Shall the above suggestions be considered adequately? 希望以上嘅建議可以被考慮啦。唔好意思，係如果以上嘅建議被考慮嘅話咧，咁咧呢個問題咧就可以解決啦。The issue of needs can be eradicated in the foreseeable future. 咁又係一啲呼籲行動啦。OK， 好，繼續啦。第8條 Sports Communication。OK， 咁呢條咧當然唔係好多人揀嘅啫。咁點解咧？其實呢條都幾難拗嘅。Unlike swimmers or basketball players, dancers are not traditionally thought of as athletes. 到底跳舞嘅人係咪一個運動員呢？ As a member of your school's dance team, you have been asked to write an article for your school magazine. Use the title and headings below to support the ideas of dancing as athletes. 好啦，咁呢一個就係一個標題啦 ，dancers as athletes 啦，咁有兩個小標題啦。咁佢就冇講過話嗰兩個字標題一定要係順次序用嘅，咁所以你可以調亂用嘅。咁不過順次序用都 OK 嘅。咁feature article 有幾 part 啦，咁有 title 啦，有一個介紹段啦 ，introduction paragraph 啦，咁佢有兩個 point 俾你。咁我覺得你可以咁樣講嘅 ，physical strength 一段啦 ，skills 一段啦 ，self-discipline 一段啦 ，training 係一段啦，咁你已經有4段啦，係咪？準備有個 conclusion 啦。睇下個 writing sample 可以點樣講呢樣嘢咯噃。Dancers and athletes. Football, swimming, running. People playing these sports professionally are regarded as athletes. How about dancers? I bet not quite the case. People who dance, even as their full career, are not normally treated as athletes. As a member of the school's dance team, I would like to take this chance to fight for the team's athletic glory. Before I begin, let us think about a question. What does it take to be an athlete? Strength? Skills? Discipline? To be honest, none of these attributes can be missed. I'm pretty sure none would object that they are all fundamental in making a good athlete. A good dancer, meanwhile, has also to demonstrate all these qualities. That is why dancers shall also be counted as athletes. Read on to find out more. 留意。一開始就問到底跳舞係咪即係運動員咧咁樣？其實咧佢就作一個角色俾自己啦，又係作一個對於自己立場有利嘅角色，可以 show 到自己嘅創意啦。OK， 佢係一個學校嘅一個 dance team 嘅 member 啦。咁你記得呢個係一個學校嘅雜誌裏面出啊嘛。咁即係其實個個都知道學校裏面有個 dance team 㗎啦。好啦，諗下啦，到底運動員係需要啲咩特質啦？要 strength 啦，要 skills 啦，要 discipline 啦。佢話係啦，咁大家都同意係運動員係需要有力量啦，有技巧啦，同埋有呢個discipline 嘅，有呢個紀律嘅。OK， 原來咧跳舞都需要有呢3樣嘢嘅，咁所以跳舞都係個運動咯。OK， 好，最尾有 read on to find out more 啦，即係如果你有興趣讀呢篇嘢嘅咧，繼續讀啦。咁呢一個咧係個答8答嘅一個句子啦，如果你係一個 feature article 嘅話就可以用啦。OK， 好，小標題。A dancer ought to have the same muscular strength and stamina as an average athlete. Often, the stamina required for a dance performance may even exceed that for a swimming or running match。原來咧你嘅體力咧係需要多過一個游泳選手或者一個跑步嘅一個跑手嘅喎。OK。Dancing is an aerobic exercise as much as it's marathon, basketball or football. Much energy is consumed even to give a companion dance to a 3-minute pop song. Just notice how famous dancers, including Wonder Girls from Korea， 咁呢個 out 啦呢一段嘢，仲 Wonder Girls，OK， 而家應該係Blackpink 啦，不過可能呢段片過多3-5-7年就已經唔係 Blackpink 啦，可能係另一隊啦，OK。Solo， 羅志祥啊，呢真係非常之 out 啦，羅志祥而家已經係 OK， 大家明啦。From Taiwan and Hong Kong's renowned Aaron Kwok， 郭富城。都唔係嘅，郭富城都 mark 下會識嘅 ，OK。Are all soaked with sweat when they finish a series of dancing. Sometimes when the dance is tougher, they even take rapid and deep breaths on stage in front of their fans. We can for sure imagine how demanding dancing is. Given such high physical demands that even professional performers and entertainers could not hide their deep breaths and sweat from the audience, are we still to question why dancing should be treated as an average aerobic exercise？ 咁啊，其實咧跳舞是一種大型運動，然後佢就用呢啲嘅例子去講啦，話原來咧一路唱歌又跳舞咧係會喘氣嘅，咁咪即係大型運動咯咁樣。好啦，咁講完呢個physical strength 之後咧，就講 skill 啦。Sophisticated skills, apart from physical strengths, are also necessary to deliver a successful and eye-catching dance. These skills are no easier than basketball players' tricky stealing and footballers' lethal curved shots. Dancer, in order to excel, often have to practice tricks like invert standing, 倒立啊 that is, to stand with their hands on the ground and head downwards, or spinning their body with one single palm on the floor. 要轉自己個身用個手掌 ，OK。Much muscular strength and coordination of various limbs muscles are necessary to perform such tricks. Dancers also have a strong, responsive musical sense as dances are very often accompanied by music, be it pop, rock, blues, waltz, or tango. You will have to remember your musical piece very well and make the correct moves at the very precise moment so as to capture the best mood out of every note of the music. Only by precisely doing so can each of your gesture make sense. It is harder with faster-paced pieces, and even unbelievably hard when you have to sing along when you dance amid tons of bombing speed notes. Those celebrities who shine on the stages spend no less effort than a sprinter or a hurdler, practicing their running or jumping skills. So dancers should be accredited an athletic label。咁咧話原來咧有啲跳舞咧啲特技嘅喎，咁啊又要倒立啦，又要用個手掌轉自己嘅身啦，咁樣哇好勁啊咁樣啦，咁啊又要有啲音樂嘅 sense 啊，係咪？咁啊要同個音樂配合啊。咁其實咧，你咁樣做咧，其實同一個短跑者啊，又或者跳跨欄嗰啲咧，其實差唔多㗎咋咁樣。咁佢拗啦 ，OK？ 好。跟住又講 self-discipline and training 啦。A good athlete, of course, needs skills and good physicality, but also indispensable is the code of discipline not any looser than that of a disciplined service group, like the police force or the fire services。即係咧，原來好似警察或者個消防員咁樣咧，係需要好有呢個紀律嘅。No matter you are a dancer or a fencing athlete, you will have to attend training several times a week, and nearly for hours every day right before any big matches or competitions. Striking a healthy work-life balance is crucial to any athlete's success. Like a sprinter, you may be passionate about running or your tracks, but you still have to give yourself enough rest and your muscles sufficient relaxation. The same applies to a dancer. You may want to dance till you reach perfection, and you may also have tight training schedules to meet, but not to overwork yourself remains an important task you should pay attention to. The discipline that a dancer or any other athlete has to demonstrate not only concerns the personal schedule, but also teamwork. As dancing is often a collective activity in the form of group or mass dance, a dancer may not gain so much spotlight or attention that they desire, but they still have to collaborate well with other dancers in order to deliver an awesome dance. Sometimes dancers are divided into subgroups which take up different actions and dance steps in the same performance, just as footballers have to take up the task of relay, attack, defense, and distraction, which fit their own positions best. Sports activities are often collaborative, and only when athletes play their own part, not for their own glory but for the team's overall success, can the fun of the sports events be manifest. Dancing, in the aspect of team spirit and the self-discipline required, does qualify as a sport, and dancers should be given the same respect one pays to athletes who take part in other sports. 好啦，唔好長喺度呢一段啦，其實嚟嚟去去都係嗰啲例子啦，OK。咁要訓練嘅，要好長時間嘅訓練，要有工作生活平衡啦，你有足夠嘅休息啦，係咪？咁呢啲都係紀律嘅表現啦。咁除咗對自己嘅要求之外咧，亦都要同其他人合作啦，係咪？好似要大型嘅跳舞啊咁樣啦，咁要唔同嘅小組啦，咁正如好似足球員啊咁樣啦，咁要成隊成功嘅，唔係淨係你自己嘅榮耀嘅咁樣。Dancing may be widely seen in the entertainment sector, but this does not deprive it of its value to be treated as a sport activity as glorious as football, rugby, or ice hockey. A dancer, after all, shall be delighted to receive your recognition that he or she counts as an athlete. The physical toil, tough training schedules, and self-discipline would have all paid off if we succeed in promoting to give what dancers deserve 咁非常之好啦，好詳細嘅一個分析啦，亦都將跳舞同其他好多嘅運動去比較嘅，咁短跑啊、跨欄啊、足球啊，乜都講晒咁滯㗎啦，咁所以其實你覺得講得好好嘅，咁當然呢一啲就係本身你讀緊 PEX 嘅同學仔就非常之有幫助啦，如果唔係嘅話咧就咁睇你自己對體育嘅認知有幾多啦 ，OK， 咁正如我成日都講 sports elective 咧，就只係一個你需要讀嘅一個 elective 嚟嘅，就唔同呢個 popular culture 或者 workplace communication。因為咧 workplace 或者 popular culture 好多咧，其實你都係自己本身嘅知識咧係學得到嘅。但係咧呢個嘅 sports communication 咧，其實好多 term 咧你真係唔學過你唔會識嘅。咁所以咧，如果你係一個中四嘅學生睇緊呢段片嘅話咧，我會建議你去讀多啲 sports communication 嘅字。咁因為咧有機會咧，你係會揀 sports communication 呢一條嚟答嘅 ，OK？ 好，落到去呢一個，我哋呢段片好長啦，終於嚟到呢一個最尾嗰條啦 ，OK？ 好，呢一條咧又係一條當年係又唔算好熱門嘅，因為呢條其實都幾難搞嘅 ，OK？ 到底而家嘅大學生係咪差過上一代嘅大學生咧？It has recently been claimed that in the workplace, many Hong Kong fresh university graduates 留意呢條咧當年好多學生解錯嘅。Fresh university graduate 咧，即係新鮮嘅畢業生，係即係今年第一年讀完大學畢業出嚟咧，就即刻去做嘢嗰啲學生。Are less hardworking and less willing to face challenges。留意兩個 point， OK？ 冇咁勤力，冇咁容易接受挑戰。Compared to those in the past。You strongly disagree with this opinion。咁留意啦，佢又俾一個意見你啦，個立場你啦，你係強烈反對。咁如果你 agree 嘅話，咁拜拜再見，唔合格啦，拜拜你睇。Write a letter to the editor of the Hong Kong Daily disagreeing with this opinion. Support your views with 3 reasons and examples。咁當然佢唔使我啦，你都知你一定要俾 examples 啦，係咪先？咁3個原因唔可以少嘅話就會唔合格，因為你達唔到題目嘅要求。多嘅話會唔會好大件事咧？其實盡量就唔好啦，人哋叫你寫3個，你真係寫4個、5個、6個，咁我都係嗰句咯。人哋個考官計改嘅作文數目收錢㗎嘛，係咪先？你阻住人哋收工喎，人哋有個 target 要 meet 㗎喎，人哋嗰日坐喺嗰個 centre 度要改幾多篇文㗎喎。你篇文咁長，你阻住人哋收工喎，你嘅個心情唔會好受喎 ，OK？ 今日3個就3個啦，你寫得夠 detail 嘅話，3個夠㗎啦 ，OK？ 好。好啦，呢篇文咧就letter to editor 啦， 咁最 basic 嘅要求啦，係咪啊 D 啊 editor 大家啦，係咪啊？咁下款就係 yours faithfully 或者 yours truly 啦。又係你可以俾一個角色俾自己啦，咁俾一個角色俾自己，下款記得要寫啦。As the employer of a magazine publishing company, I am writing to oppose the claim that Hong Kong fresh graduates are less hardworking and less willing to face challenges compared to those in the past。嗱，呢一個咧有一個好醒嘅做法啦，冇人叫你用一個中六學生嘅身份去分析條題目噶嘛，你可以話你係一個老細嚟噶嘛，咁我話唔得㗎，係咪先？作文 creativity 正呢個加分 ，OK。According to a recent survey conducted by Human Resources Company 啦，又係可以 call 啲疑似係真疑似係假嘅啲 survey 啦，又話有嘅人力資源公司就做嗰個調查啦，冇人知係真定冇人知係假㗎，啲考官唔會就係 Google 去揾呢樣嘢係咪真嘅 ，OK。Some employers complain that the Generation Y employees were demotivated and vulnerable. Those employers claim that fresh graduates nowadays are in no way comparable to those that of the previous generations. Nevertheless, this is unfair to the majority of the fresh graduates. From my frequent contact with young people, I am convinced that they are as competitive as the past one。嗱，留意啦，呢一個咧就用一個好經典嘅一個叫 native essay 或者 native editor 嘅一個 structure 啦。OK，第一，你直接講你自己嘅立場先。第二，你去講下你嘅對方，即係人哋對手嘅拗嘅嘢係咩咧？對手拗嘅嘢咧就係呢啲 point 啦。咁你自己支持你立場嘅人會講啲咩嘢 point 啦，然後最尾就講你自己嘅立場咁樣啦。OK， 好啦，留意呢一啲就係好清晰嘅 topic sentence 啦。咁你要寫一篇好嘅一個議論文又好啊 letter 都好啦，一定要一個好清晰嘅主題句啦。咁又係嗰句啦，人哋考官平均1分鐘啊改晒一篇文啊，你個 topic sentence 寫一嚿嚿咁，人哋都唔想睇，人哋個分數會俾得差咯。咁你又冇仇報嘅，咁你就算 appeal 你又唔知人哋邊一個改你篇嘢，冇後果喎。咁所以你自己要你對人哋好，自然人哋對你好啦。你寫個主題句寫得清楚，人哋咪鬆手啲咯，係咪？好。The first reason is that the new generation is far more creative than the previous one when it comes to certain fields like the internet media in which they are more interested in。係啦，哇，有創意喎！你舊嗰代人成日話啲後生仔唔勤力，係咪？又話人哋唔得。你電腦Excel 唔識用啦，你 Word 都唔識用啦，你 WhatsApp 都唔識用啦，係咪啊？你又話後生仔，好啊，呢個 point 我中意啊。In the knowledge-based society economy nowadays，知識型嘅經濟，innovation has become the prime focus for businesses. Those who come up with viable new ideas are much more likely to succeed. Generation Y, teenagers, having grown up in the internet era, contribute much to their employers' success by thinking hard to innovate in the social media. Taking my company as an example。好啦，咁做啲假例子啦 ，OK。咁你中六學生，你冇可能會有公司啦，可能你有嘅，我唔知啦。OK，the promotional video recreated for a cafe brand which wanted us to help them advertise last year received 4 million views and more than 800,000 likes on Facebook. The grand promotional success would not come if not for our Gen Y employees. They decided to use songs and a short film to catch netizens' eyeballs. The success shows that Hong Kong fresh graduates have their own strengths. They may work in a far different manners than the previous generation, who value hard work more than innovation. But they tend to think out of the box and be the trendsetter. OK 嗱，咁啲人話佢哋唔勤力啦，其實佢哋唔係唔勤力，佢哋只不過咧係唔想慢，佢哋唔用慢力，佢哋用創意。OK， 咁呢一個係一個好好嘅一個辯論方法啦。即係人哋話你，例如有個人話你係乜乜乜，你又話我唔係乜乜乜。我係得 ，OK， 你注意人哋視線 ，OK， 人哋話你唔係勤力，你話係我係唔勤力，但我聰明咁咪得咯，係咪？咁我唔係唔勤力，我係有創意 ，OK。As today's economy relies more on technology and originality, fresh graduates do have their role. As soon as they are interested in the job.They will be as hardworking and resilient as those in the past. 如果佢哋咧揾到工作嘅興趣嘅話咧，好勤力㗎，好有抗逆力㗎。OK。Thus, Fresh graduates may not seem as hardworking as those in the past, who were willing to work from dawn to dusk and even stay up late in the office, but they're actually willing to work hard in fields requiring innovation and technology. Another reason why Hong Kong fresh graduates are competitive is that they have the vision and ambition to help expand the company. OK， 佢哋有視野，佢哋有雄心大志，OK， 去幫手去令到公司更加去規模更加大，非常之清晰嘅topic sentence。同埋留意咧，我哋 so far 睇咁多篇嘅議論文咧，佢哋都係唔係用 first 啊、second 啊、third 啊、moreover 啊、also 啊呢啲咁低階嗰啲咧，佢唔會用嘅，佢係用 the first reason 啊、another reason 啊、my chief reasoning 啊嗰啲字咧 high level 啲嘅，大家學下點樣用。D. Having received higher qualification in general than previous generation, often possess more skills or ideas to prosper their companies. Companies which hire them will first benefit from the management skills they possess. 原來咧佢哋有呢個管理嘅技巧㗎。Many small and medium enterprises 中小型企業 face the problem of low or shrinking profits. Often in times of economic downturn, these companies may suffer huge losses or even become bankrupt. Fresh graduates may help change the situation as quite some of them are business elites, having acquired great management and marketing skills. They can assist the employer in streamlining the company structure in order to minimize costs and maximize profits. 原來咧佢識點樣幫公司改型啊，可以增加利益啊咁樣。Apart from businesses and management knowledge, many of the younger generation have good understanding of the current business environment of Hong Kong and the mainland. 原來咧又知本地行情啊，又知國內行情啊咁樣嘅，OK。They could more accurately review the operation of the company in order to judge the possibility and feasibility for the companies to extend or focus on trade with the mainland. These fresh graduates are also proficient in Mandarin. 識講普通話喎，你啲舊嗰啲香港人都唔識講啦，係咪？ Which enables them to promote their products and services to the mainland. As such, the new generation can help companies find new markets to avoid direct and intense competition in Hong Kong. Since fresh graduates want a chance to make a difference for the company, they are eager to work hard and solve problems. Though often believing in ways or ideas quite different from their predecessors, the local fresh graduates are indeed as hardworking as those in the past. Therefore, fresh graduates are willing to face challenges as well, taking advantage of their skill sets learned in university to help the company cope with different problems, boost sales, and create a spectrum of new business opportunities. 好啦，跟住有個駁論啦，OK， 因為你記得啦，佢話要3個原因啦嘛，係咪？ Some employers may object by saying that, OK， 有啲嘅僱主咧可能會反對我嘅講法，點樣咧？Fresh graduates are rebellious 好反叛 ，that if they are not interested in their work, their productivity will drastically fall, OK， 佢哋好反叛㗎，佢哋唔中意做嘢嘅話咧，佢哋嘅生產力咧就會顯著下跌啦。This seems to be true at first glance, OK， 表面睇咧就好似係真嘅。Having echoed the findings of some recent surveys. However, OK， 咁呢個係好標準嘅一個反駁駁論嘅方法啦。係，冇錯，你表面睇咧係真嘅，但係 it is important for us not to use the same standard as we do to their predecessors to judge fresh graduates, as their working philosophy has been significantly changed. Along with the change in modern family structure and culture， 佢哋嘅工作嘅哲學咧，佢哋嘅信念咧已經唔同咗啦，因為而家嘅當代嘅家庭嘅結構咧同文化已經唔同啦，係咪？ Most young people live in a wealthier family when compared to the previous generation. They do not need to work long. By the way, OK， 呢一個就係佢哋個 key point 啦，呢一段 OK， 因為佢哋嘅工作嘅信念已經唔同咗啦嘛，係咪？有錢咗啦，而家啲後生仔。They do not need to work long toil hours and stick to every old rule in order to make a bare living for the family, as do the older generation. Rather, they have been enjoying more freedom and space since small. They are more likely to apply this freedom and think of new ideas for projects, reports, and conferences instead of working hard to get the most output in the traditional way. Even if young graduates are not as seemingly hardworking as the old ones, they are still eager to contribute to the company by working with their minds. It should be up to the employers to spot and utilize the talent so as to boost the company's competitiveness. It is up to them to assign jobs that could yield the best from each employee. Allowing fresh graduates to innovate appears to be a higher measure than asking them to follow suit. 即係咧，其實咧，佢哋而家唔使努力做嘢㗎啦，有錢咗啦，佢哋咧就有自由，自由咧就可以有創意，咁所以咧就後生仔咧應該就係諗啲創意 idea 啦，就唔好叫佢跟啲前人做嘢啦，OK？ Shall disharmony, overworking attitudes occur in the workplace? The blame should not be solely on the fresh graduate, but also on the employers. How the fresh graduate's innovative strengths can be utilized depends on employers, not employees themselves. It is after all unfair to say that fresh graduates nowadays are not as willing to work hard for their companies as those who come before them, just that they will have to wait until they meet a less conservative employer in order to stimulate their talents and to get them hooked to their job, to their work。咁有少少咧係其實鬧緊嗰啲批評嗰啲而家後生仔僱主嘅。OK， 好啦，最尾嗰段。With the above reasons, it is apparent that fresh graduates are as competitive or even more competitive than veteran employees。咁又重新翻自己立場啦，又重新翻個 background 啦喎，OK？In a knowledge-based economy, we should not only look for hardworking employees. Creativity and passion are the keys to make one stand out. Creativity, passion. 呢啲就係嗰啲 key point 啦，OK？ Unlike the previous generation who are extremely loyal to the company and are even willing to stay up late in the company, fresh graduates nowadays are actually as hardworking and willing to face challenges as those in the past, as demonstrated in their passion in coming up with different innovative technological ideas and the strategic planning to help expand the business and create value for the company。嗱，咁留意翻佢係重新翻嗰個論點嘅 ，OK？ 就其實而家啲後生仔咧，同之前嗰代咧都係咁勤力㗎，都係咁願意去面對挑戰㗎，只不過咧佢哋係點樣可以見到咧，就係佢哋好習慣去創意嘅主意啦，諗到啦，同埋幫公司轉型啦咁樣。I sincerely hope that Hong Kong employers can smash their stereotypical views towards fresh graduates。嗱，你呼籲行動啦。Our fresh graduates are like kites in the sky. Give them wind, let them fly, and they shall shine in the bright, clear sky. Yours faithfully, Chris Wong。咁啦，呢位同學仔咧就唔記得咗嗰個job title company。咁又係啦，咁唔一定真噶嘛。咁佢話呢個佢係一個 employer 啊嘛。咁你冇話 CEO， 跟住佢又話 magazine publishing company 啊嘛。咁你咪話唔知啊Joy Magazine Limited 咁樣，跟住作都得㗎，冇所謂㗎。OK， 好啦，咁呢一段片係非常之長啦，咁希望就幫到正在準備緊 DSE 嘅大家，又或者希望改善寫作能力嘅大家啦。再次呼籲嗰句啦，就呢段片就唔係呢個侵權嘅一個目的嘅，純粹只不過係我自己買呢本書，想輯某啲嘅頁數同大家去講下呢本書係值得買嘅，咁你自己都應該有個 copy 啦。希望呢段片就幫到你諗到一啲作文嘅時候嘅一啲陷阱嘅位啦。佢叫你寫兩 part 就打到啦，一定要 equal length 啦，唔可以頭重尾輕啦。佢叫你寫3 part， 你唔可以淨係寫2 part 啦。佢叫你答 A， 你唔可以就係答 B。OK， 咁呢啲離題咧就直接 content 咧就會低過4，咁若你寫篇文咧就會唔合格㗎啦。拜拜。OK， 今日 language 上面希望可以展示到一啲唔同嘅一啲 text type， 佢都要有一啲語文嘅意識啊。OK， 作一個給編輯的信念可能要 I am ready to propose I am ready to oppose I sincerely hope that 咁樣啦。report 就係 this report will explain 即係之類呢啲字咧，其實你中學6年嘅生涯咧，你應該學得好熟㗎啦。咁如果你到呢一刻你準備緊考 DSE 都唔熟嘅話咧，你真係要 得起心肝，好好溫翻嗰啲價值啦。OK，咁希望喺下一段片咧再見到大家。